Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Holy crap, this is where we are. This is where we are. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel. In for Bart today is one Daniel Arthur Grassa.
Hello. Where are we, by the way? You said this is where we are. So where are we? Tell us. In your estimation.
Somewhere we have never been before.
Somewhere.
And frankly, I'm getting this sense that it's somewhere that a lot of people are very uncomfortable being. And that's what's blowing me away. Let's set all the boundaries here for today's show. First of all, if you're not watching on YouTube,
why not?
Seriously, just freaking wake up, all right?
I put a new shirt on today.
Yeah, you did, and it looks nice.
You like it? I like it.
It's not flannel, is it?
No. So this
just looks like it could be a flannel pattern.
No, you want to feel?
What is that? What is that, velvet?
It's a little JV, little Varvatos. Nice little fabric
Look
there.
At you.
Yeah,
Look at you. ESPN New York YouTube channel where you can go, you can watch the show, you can be a part of the chat. 800-919-3776. We are sitting and waiting for about the next 10 and a half hours for game 3.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. And I don't know about you, the weekend seemed a little bit interminable after Friday night. Primarily because you're used to seeing a game played on a Sunday during the weekend, and we did not see that happen. And that really is what caught me off guard, is the fact that we didn't have a weekend game. Okay. But then you're sitting through Sunday night, and you're like, where is this next game? But I don't know about you. Yeah. The last person I want to spend a lot of time with is me. And when I spend that much time with me, it gets me thinking entirely too much in my own head. And I talked to a lot of Knick fan friends over the weekend about what they're feeling right now. I don't get the sense it is, we're going to blow this. But I do get the sense of, we don't know what to do right now because we've never been here before, and this is an odd nervousness. What has been your sense of this, of people right now and what they are feeling 2 games away from an NBA championship?
It's interesting, right? I mean, it's a crazy dynamic because obviously, number one, you've never been in this situation before if you're a Knicks fan. Okay, so that's one. Number two, I think there's still a good deal of it's too good to be true. Like, it's almost, even though they've won 13 consecutive games, it's still kind of like a pinch me type thing.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, on Friday morning, you and I were in agreement that if the Knicks took care of business in Game 2 on Friday, that the series was over.
We were.
They're going to, and I'm not changing. I mean, I think the series. I did the show Saturday morning. I basically talked as if they already won the title Because this team's won 13 in a row. They're not going to lose 4 out of the next 5, and I don't think San Antonio's the team that's going to be able to even make such a Herculean comeback. The folks that we met, and by the way, shout out everybody at Caesars Sportsbook, right?
Great
Down
job
in
the other
Monmouth
night.
Park. We had a blast on Friday. We met a lot of great fans, listeners, and tremendous job by everybody there.
Except for Thomas Davis, and not the former linebacker for the Panthers, but if just briefly, Thomas Davis was the first name called on the tickets for tonight that we gave away, the lower-level tickets, and you had to be in attendance to get the tickets. Thomas Davis showed up at Caesars, filled out a card, and then apparently disappeared.
Gone.
And his name was the first one called, so somebody else won the tickets.
And we even sent somebody into the restroom to see if he was maybe nature called while we gave out the tickets.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Crickets. So no Thomas Davis, but anyway, somebody did win the tickets, and congrats to him because I forgot his name. Bad job by me, but he had told me he wasn't even planning on coming Friday night to the event. It was his brother who said, "Hey, let's go to the Caesars," and lo and behold, now they're going to Game 3 too.
And as it turns out, probably might have been your best way to get tickets for tonight. Anyway.
Absolutely. Anyway, right. So I think talking to a lot of the fans on Friday night, before obviously the game tipped off, there was still a little bit of nervousness, right? Like, okay, we're up 1-0, but I'm still I don't know how to feel about this thing. Well, they get the job done on Friday night, and when you and I were driving home, probably at the same time, Knicks were really flexing their muscles in the third quarter, right? And they built up that 14-point lead, and I thought by the time I pulled into the driveway at home that when you put the TV on, you would see a half-empty building because Spurs fans were going to be like, this is over, we're done. I don't want to see a funeral, basically. And then give them credit. They made that 14-point comeback. They actually took a lead, and then you're thinking, this can't be happening. This is going to change the complexion of the series. And lo and behold, they came all the way back, but they just couldn't close. And the Knicks were far from perfect down the stretch. And, it's funny. If the Knicks somehow lost Game 2, we would be killing Mike Brown this morning.
Yes.
Killing Mike Brown this morning, right? But that's not the case.
Yep.
Because Brunson made the shot he had to make, even though he wasn't great the other night, made the shot he had to make to tie the game up, made 1 or 2 free throws, and he probably spent the last 48 hours kicking himself that he didn't make that second free throw. And then they came a Victor Wembanyama missed field goal away from possibly coming back home 1-1 instead of up 2-0.
I'll say a couple things about it. Number one, even though that run came, I never felt like in the moment that the Spurs were going to win the game. I don't know why that is, but I never did.
Really?
I think it has to do with the confidence of how it's gone down over the last 13 games, but I also think it has to do with the fact that when the Knicks have taken these punches from these teams through the playoffs, and these runs always come for other teams, they have always found their way out the other side of it because I think they've been the more emotionally mature team. Now, look, Wembanyama missed a shot. That's why they won the game, okay? Right. Ultimately, it was there for them to have, and the Spurs couldn't take it, and the Knicks had done enough. And sometimes that's just the case. Sometimes that's just it. Sometimes you get a break where a star player makes a massive mistake and throws it into the back of another player, especially when they're young players. That happened obviously with Wembanyama. I came out of that game the other night thankful, grateful that they were able to escape San Antonio up 2-0, thinking the series was over, but still uncomfortable with where this all is. And I think it's just an uncomfort, Dan, with the fact that they haven't been this close before. I keep forgetting that me, not so much you. You're younger than me, but I've seen the Knicks in the finals before, a couple of times. And I've seen them very close, but I haven't seen them in this presently constituted way, where they are just playing a dominant level of basketball. And the other night was kind of the anomaly as opposed to what's happening regularly when it was actually a close game.
Well, John, our buddy John, before the show when we were having our little powwow, he made the point that in his estimation, if you watch the first 2 games and there wasn't a scoreboard, would you think the Knicks would be up 2-0 just by watching the game?
No, I'd think it would be 1-1.
Okay, that's fair. Like Friday night, for example, and we were at the place, and it was packed, and we didn't, have the TVs up or anything like that. But just watching the game, Spurs had the better of play in the first half. But then the Knicks made that run at the end of quarter 2, and then they took a halftime lead. At that point, I said to myself, man, they didn't even play a great half, and yet they still found a way to take a halftime. Like, they know what it takes now. And when you've won 13 in a row, like there's that trait that all great teams have that allows you to emerge and find ways to get it done when it matters. Like we've seen runs in this town from teams like crazy, like the Giants. That's fair to say. The two Super Bowl runs from the Giants, right? They weren't favorites going into the playoffs.
They were
right?
certainly not expected. The Giants, the first one, they went on the road for 3 straight games.
And the second one might as well have been on the road. I mean, they played the Falcons in a wild card game because the Giants won a horrible NFC East that year. But nevertheless, like they were underdogs, and they got hot at the right time, and then they went all the way and won a championship. The Knicks, obviously they've gotten hot at the right time, but not like this. Like, they haven't lost in a month and a half. They're routinely beating teams handily. Now, it didn't happen on Friday night, but I still think that sometimes it's good to get a little reminder, right? A wake-up call, if you will. That, okay, not every game is going to be a 15, 20-point blowout or a 30-point blowout like the Knicks have done here to teams. And it just goes to show you that they find ways, if it's a one-possession, a two-possession game at the end, to make the play necessary to get it done. Like they have that closing trait. San Antonio hasn't proven that they have that yet. They might have had it last round against the beat-up Oklahoma City team, but they haven't shown it in the first 2 games on their home floor, no less.
Yeah, and for me, it's a lot more about that emotional intelligence. You've been on this, that San Antonio, basically, their championship was beating Oklahoma City.
Yep.
And it has certainly looked that way in the first 2 games. They have woken up, so to speak, in that after game 1, that was just taking a haymaker. They woke up in game 2, holy crap, we're down 14 again, went on another run, came back, had a chance to win the game, but still not emotionally mature enough to win. Dan, this is what is separating them from me. It's not that San Antonio is such a young team. It's that when we say the Knicks haven't been here before, well, they haven't been right here before, but the last couple of years have been building toward this.
Correct.
There has been, I know we've talked about no celebrations, none of that all along. Hey, let's call it what it was. The other night was probably as emotional as I've seen some of the Knicks after a win, and that went away very quickly. Like, in the moment, hey, we got the hell out of here, and we're up 2-0. But then, nope, 2-0, nothing. We're 0-0. None of it matters. I really think this mindset is what is carrying them right now, and really, for those of you out there that are sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for the other shoe to drop, take comfort in that.
Yeah, it's not happening. I mean, I can't be any more clear. I've said this for the last I don't know how many days. It's not happening, guys. Like, the Knicks are not blowing this thing. And I am never the guy to speak in these, like, just grandiose absolutes. I'm not.
I am.
Remember, think about the teams I grew up rooting for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't enjoy much happiness, and you always wait for the other shoe to drop. And even if there's, like, triple digits on the scoreboard, you want to make sure that, like, wait, is that a clock malfunction? Is this really over? Like, you're still waiting for something to go wrong. In this case, it's not happening. They're not blowing this. They are the better team. They've proven they're the better team. And no knock on San Antonio. Like, if I had to bet bet the ranch on it, San Antonio with Victor Wembanyama are going to win championships. At least one at some point during his career.
This is part of their journey.
This is the journey. Jordan and the Bulls had a journey. Okay? They didn't just, like, wake up and walk in the playoffs one day and then start beating people left and right. No, they had to find a way to get by the Celtics, first of all. Then it was the bad boy Pistons. Then once that finally happened, then they graduated to, it's our time. And they took over. And there's a lot of other examples we can use in sports. San Antonio is learning that it's not all going to be easy. Just because you think you beat the defending champs in the Western Conference side of things, it doesn't mean you're going to win the title, right? Because then we could sit there and navigate and try to dissect what was wrong with the Thunder. Like, what caused them to tap out before they got to the NBA Finals. And a buddy of mine, I'm going to look for the text message, somebody who is in the NBA world, a very astute basketball observer with a tremendous, tremendous following. If I could find the damn text.
Okay, so that's Jordy Fernandez.
What do he know about the playoffs? Where is this dang thing? But my point being, and a huge Knicks supporter. This was after, I think, game 1 of the finals. And he sent me a text that he said, funny thing, though, because Oklahoma City would have killed us, in my opinion. We couldn't get into any half-court offense against them for 2 straight years. Talking about the Knicks against OKC. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about matchups sometimes, right? I mean, remember when the Knicks wrapped up the series against the Cavaliers? And then it turned into, all right, who would you rather play in the finals? San Antonio or Oklahoma City? The consensus was San Antonio for the reason that we're seeing so far in this series.
There was no doubt. And also because that they had handled them in the regular season and during the in-season tournament. I can't even bring myself to say NBA Cup, but that's fine. I would urge you to feel good. Have you come across a lot of people who are waiting for that other shoe to drop, who are really fearful about blowing it?
No, like I said, when we were at Monmouth on Friday, before Game 2 tipped off, I think there was like at least half the people we spoke to, the fans there, like they were still a little nervous. Like, I don't know, man. I'll tell you one thing, though.
I don't think anybody expected to go up 2-0.
No, I'll tell you this. I mean, maybe it's probably not much of a surprise. Any which way you look in this city, just driving around the last couple of days, I mean, literally, you cannot go a block without seeing somebody wearing Knicks paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
it's
I mean, I saw basically, the equivalent of test tube babies that barely, that have been alive for like an hour wearing Knicks stuff. Like, it's like, of all ages, Knicks fever has swept the city, in case you haven't figured that out.
Test tube baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's a science term.
No.
Yeah, I went there.
So it's odd.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Well, let me go back to one thing I thought of, too, with, like matchups.
It was kind of like a Bluto moment from Animal House. Test tube babies. Leave him alone. He's rolling.
I'm rolling. But test tube babies are a thing. Remember? Science
Yes, they are. No, you don't have to explain it. And please don't.
Might be a test tube baby who once was one that calls us during the show today. We'd love to hear from them if they like basketball. But, I mean, I make no secret about it. Once upon a time, in my formative years, I was a New Jersey Nets fan when they were a thing. They're not anymore, okay? And I that's another chapter of my life, which is in the past, okay? But when they went to the finals that first year with Jason Kidd, and the Nets were already in the finals waiting for their opponent, remember, Shaq and Kobe were fighting to the death against those plucky Sacramento Kings. And if not for some shoddy officiating, Sacramento might have won that series. And don't think for a second, the better matchup in the finals for the Nets would have been the Sacramento Kings.
Of course.
Because they had nobody had any answers for Shaq. And if the Nets would have played Sacramento that first year, we're talking we might have had a chance in that series. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen. So that's why I mean the matchup sometimes could play in your favor. And give the Knicks credit. Every team that they have had to share the court with during this run, they've been the superior team.
Want you to get involved here early at 800-919-3776. And it's quite simply this. What are you feeling right now? Is it pure confidence? Is it a nervous energy? Is it, I don't know what to do with myself? We've never been here before. 800-919-3776. And then we got to remind you about this. And we will get into discussing some of this a little bit later on because I know a lot of people are upset about it. But let's just get to this point first. If you are going to the game tonight, we're going to remind you throughout, okay? The Garden has got a strict no-bag policy that's going to be in effect, and fans should make every effort to limit personal items to an absolute minimum. No storage available for prohibited items brought to the venue. So basically, if you bring something that you can't bring to the venue, you're never going to see it again.
No.
That's going to get tossed. And fans should expect enhanced security measures when entering MSG, including TSA-style screening procedures. So guests are encouraged to strongly encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before tip-off to allow additional time for screening and entry.
And it's not one of those situations because obviously the location of the Garden. I mean, it's not like you're driving to, Citi Field or MetLife Stadium where you got the parking lot. Oh, and I can't bring it in. I'll just go run back to the car and leave it there. No, there's none of that here.
No.
None of that here.
Absolutely not.
Unless you got a locker down in Penn Station. Other than that.
I know people are upset about the, watch parties. Listen, there are still watch parties going on all over the city.
Oh, yeah.
Bryant Park has got one you got to sign up for. That's 5,000 that they're going to have in Bryant Park. They'll have them a few other places, I'm sure. Listen.
It's supposed to be a great night tonight, too.
Yeah. I saw a guy who had one of those high-def projectors, and put it on the side of a building for people to watch.
I saw that.
That's
the whole
awesome.
neighborhood was like congregating around
And I know it sucks. It's not going to be a Plaza 33, and we know the reason why. I don't really care. What I care about is, are they going to win this game tonight? And there will be one for a game 4, so
Yes.
I know that. So with all of that in mind, I just want to know this. What are you feeling in all of this? At 800-919-3776. And also on the ESPN New York YouTube chat, there are a couple of things here that are catching my attention that would concern me. Number one is how hard Brunson is having to work. He obviously has not shot the ball particularly well. I'm not worried about that because he has shown the ability. Even the other night when he didn't hit the second shot, he has shown the ability to hit shots when it matters the most, no matter what has happened in the game. We know all of this. But, Dan, I do not love the fact that it is Brunson getting picked up in the backcourt and basically having to fight for his life to get across midcourt now. And that is going to take a ton of energy out of him. And remember, this is part of what did them in last year.
Right. No, they're resorting back to that, I don't want to say predictable offense, but especially in like the late game situations. Like you said, it's Brunson holding the ball for half the shot clock and then finally making a move and trying to get something going, when there's like 10 on the 24. They moved away from that, and they have been away from that for large stretches of this run, but sometimes, especially in these dicey situations, they're going to revert back to that because they want the ball in the hands of their guy. But you're right. And again, this is also something that bears watching. He got hurt game 1. And I think adrenaline got him through the rest of that game, especially that fourth quarter. Then you had 2 days to sit on that knee, which I'm sure was barking a little bit. I'm sure he received treatment, all that stuff. But he didn't play all that great, didn't shoot the ball well, we know, on Friday night. He was 7 for 25. And I don't think that knee is magically going to all of a sudden be 100% by the time this series ends. So this is something he's going to have to manage and deal with. But to your point, he's 19 of 56 from the floor in this series, 33%. That's not good. From 3, he's 4 of 17. Like, not great. Now, the great thing about this Knicks team, and one of the reasons why they've been so successful here with this run, other guys have stepped up. Other guys have answered the call. Like you and I were talking about it before the show. If you were giving out a series MVP right now through the first 2 games, it's probably Cat.
Yeah,
right? And that's what he was brought here to do, to be that number 2 guy behind Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges also huge Friday night. Made 8 straight field goals. He could have easily been the player of the game on Friday night. So when you have all those, and OG, of course, doing his thing, right? Josh Hart had a rough night on Friday, wasn't as effective. I think he only played like 18 minutes, but it isn't just a one-man show. And I think that in the past couple of years since Brunson's been here, the Knicks have been guilty of being like a one-man Jalen Brunson show, especially in these big game situations. They have not been that for the last 6 weeks.
No, they haven't. They haven't, and it's been a lot about being able to adapt to what the other team is doing. And it's not just even running the offense through Cat. It's just making sure you're putting yourselves in better position so you don't, when you need to make an adjustment like this with Brunson, that you're not putting your best player in a bad spot. Because I do think, and I'm certain he's out there, I don't want to hear about it, but I do think there's probably some degree of he's a little bit banged up right now because everybody is.
Everybody is,
And what happened in game 1, you can't have that happen with both your ankle and your knee and not be bothered by that a couple of days later still.
I'll tell you what. I mean, if you want to sit here and talk about a team that might be a one-man show so far in this series, it's the team from Texas.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And it ain't even necessarily the guy that we thought it was going to be.
Well, if we're being truthful, Wembanyama has been bad for 3/4 of this series.
Correct.
Bad.
Correct.
And the second half the other night, he was very good, but then when it mattered the most, he turned the ball over and made a crucial mistake.
First half on Friday, he was invisible.
Yeah.
Invisible.
I mean, Charles Barkley sat there at halftime on Friday night and said he's probably never had his ass kicked like this before. And that was true because Towns has been walking off the floor saying he can't blank and handle me. And that's been pretty evident.
Wembanyama was more of a no-show on Friday night in the first half than Thomas Davis was. And if you don't get that reference, you know what? You got to go back on the YouTube or the ESPN New York app and get the reference. Show's only 23 minutes old. It's not going to take you that long.
Just hit rewind.
Mm-hmm.
It won't kill you.
That's all you got to do.
Here's an idea. Pay attention.
Or pay attention. Be punctual.
800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. So we're welcoming it all. We're welcoming the emotions, whatever it is you're feeling. Are you nervous? Are you worried? And I don't mean worried about losing the series. I just mean worried about the other shoe dropping and one thing going wrong, like, I don't know, a ball taking a bad bounce like we saw last year that ended up doing them in. Or are you just so confident with where things stand right now that you can thoroughly enjoy this without any consternation?
Euphoria. I still think the overriding emotion for a Knicks fan has to be euphoria. Like our buddy John, like he's a nervous Nelly. Like he thinks I'm nuts for saying it's over. Like I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. You know, he's going KFC tonight over Domino's.
KFC means it's a big game for John.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I didn't understand that either. Right, if it's the biggest game, it's KFC.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the NBA Finals, like games 1 and games 2, and by the way, game 2 was leftovers, Domino's. So you mean to tell me game 1 and 2 is not big games, not big enough games? Because guess what? You won those games, and because of that, you're halfway to a championship. To me, those are big games.
I would agree. Leftover Domino's.
I mean, like, what are we doing? Like.
Listen, I'm not anti Domino's.
No.
I'm not anti Domino's. Leftover Domino's is not a concept that I had ever even considered.
It's like we're not a third world country. You know what I mean? And he makes an honest wage. Like he should be able to get like fresh food. Ray's looking at me crazy. He's like, no, I'm confirming we're not a third world country. We're good.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. You had an image of me thinking of John coming in wearing a T-shirt that says Indiana Pacers 2025 NBA champs. Like all those T-shirts that get sent to John's house now instead of countries overseas that may need clothing.
Well, like I said, if you go to one of those nations and just strike up just an informal sports conversation, maybe with your Uber driver, the guy that's going to take you for if they have cars, they're going to sit there and talk about the dynasty known as the Buffalo Bills because 4 straight years they got those Super Bowl T-shirts shipped there.
Interesting for those who didn't know, Graca actually spelled Graca
That's correct.
as opposed to Grasa. So or 2 S's. If you are looking to send in your emails and your letters of complaint with anything that has been said.
What the people over there are listening?
Spelled like Graca. Yeah. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel is the best place to bet all your favorite players during the NBA Finals. Play your game any way you want, and best of all, with FanDuel, you're going to get paid instantly when you win. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. FanDuel is the best place to bet all your favorite players during the NBA Finals. Play your game any way you want, and best of all, with FanDuel, you're going to get paid instantly when you win. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. Minimum $5 wager required for 7 consecutive days. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
In New Jersey, big backups continue. New Jersey Turnpike southbound by exit 10. Truck lanes, 2 right lanes are closed because of a crash. The car lanes are better there, but northbound side, you've got backups now coming up toward exit 12. That looks to be an accident in the car lanes just beyond exit 12. LIE, very slow westbound. Construction work, various spots. 80th Street down toward Maurice Avenue. Grand Central Parkway eastbound by 188th Street, an accident. 1 lane is closed. The Deegan northbound, second accident of the day. That just cleared at the cross Bronx. And the Knicks game tonight, and it's going to be frozen zones with the president attending anytime after 4 o'clock around the Garden. It's going to be 30th to 35th Street between 6th and 7th Avenues, subject to frozen zones and closures. You're going to need your credentials to get through that area. Budget extra time if you're going to the game. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn? Paycheck after paycheck. And you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See HomeDepot.com/price match for details.
Some people are really stupid. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Yes,
ESPN New York YouTube channel. Listen, it doesn't matter if we don't tell you who we're talking about. You know stupid people. Just imagine it's the stupid people in your life.
Everybody knows a stupid person, right?
Absolutely. Listen, soccer fans, let's get this and let you know what's going on. Hahn and Rosenberg, live broadcast presented by Milagro Tequila. It is all happening this Friday, June 12th. Plattdeutsch in Franklin Square, Long Island. Get there early, starting at 3 p.m. Grab a Milagrosa cocktail. Milagrosa. TH.
Milagrosa Bundesliga.
The Castilian.
Castellano.
I'm an idiot. As the guys talk matchups and storylines while you get to be a part of the live, passionate soccer atmosphere. Don't miss the special live event. Hahn and Rosenberg, Friday, June 12th. Plattdeutsch, Franklin Square, Long Island. All brought to you by Milagro Tequila. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Your officials tonight. Your officials for tonight's game.
Is this like a drum roll? Like drum roll worthy?
No. Crew Chief Marc Davis, along with John Goebel and Curtis Blair. If you were curious, Knicks record with Marc Davis, 3-1.
Okay.
Knicks record with John Goebel, 4-2. Knicks record with Curtis Blair, 2-1.
Do we have a San Antonio record with said officials?
Well, now you're just expecting me to do more work.
Let me ask you a question. Did you provide that information, or did Tom Bauer provide you that
No,
information?
I provided that information. I looked it up, but I didn't look up the other half.
Yeah,
I'm not a guy that
takes two to tango there, Bob.
I'm not a guy that does the complete job. I am half-assed.
So when they say make sure you finish the corners, get the corners, you're not finishing the corners.
We'll graze by the corners.
That's
what we'll do.
By
Anyway.
the way, can I share with the people?
Yeah.
Something real quick. This is for New York. You need to hear this because this summer all lines lead to Champ Sports Fan Central Station. Soccer pop-up shop open right in the heart of the city, 125 West 33rd Street. This is the soccer destination in New York. Jerseys for every national team you ride with. USA, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and way more, all under one roof. If you want to gear up, rep your country, and feel the energy of the city, Champ Sports Fan Central Station, 125 West 33rd Street. That is where you need to be.
All right, here you go.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Record with Curtis Blair, 2-1. Record with Goebel, 3-0. Record with Marc Davis, 2-1. But, I mean, the Spurs won 60-some games this year, so it didn't really matter.
Every time you've said Curtis Blair up until this point, like until you get the word out completely, I think you're going to say Curtis Blow.
I kind of did, too. And I was the one saying it.
Shout
Bobby,
out Curtis Blow, by the way.
Bobby Patterson starting us off today. ESPN New York. Grassa in for Bart. What's up?
What's going on, guys? I know earlier they were mentioning that the good players are really on the Spurs side. I default that because I don't think youth is better than experienced veterans. I mean, I think that's what's attacking them the most. I mean, if you don't see Wemby's face when he missed that last shot like a little kid, it was the most ridiculous face I ever saw in NBA history. Now, game two, if you see how many calls were going Spurs' way, it's like so many calls were not even supposed to be calls, and they were calling them on a Spurs.
Listen, they were getting a ton of whistles. There's no getting around that.
The Zebras had an impact in that game on Friday night. Make no mistake about it. And if the Knicks would have lost that game, by the way, that would have also been a big talking point. Like, the Knicks got hosed by the officiating.
When the OG play, where he was awarded the 3 free throws after the overturned play that ended up getting called a foul, were your first free throws of the night, if I'm not mistaken? At the very least, first free throws in the second half.
Second half.
Okay. That tells you everything you need to know.
I mean, and shout out to the Jordan Brink, who's one of the Knicks assistant coaches, who was the one that urged Mike Brown to challenge that.
Yeah.
Because remember, they had to challenge that to make sure that there was indeed a foul on the play.
800-919-3776. Jason is in Wayne next. ESPN New York. Jason, how you feeling?
I'm doing well. Love your show. Listen every day. I'm in the car all the time.
Appreciate that.
I'm a little concerned about the officiating. I mean, if you look at the stats, on Friday night, Mitchell Robinson was the leading foul shooter on the team. He took 6 foul shots, and they intentionally fouled him all 3 times. I mean, we took, if it wasn't for the challenge, taking a foul shot in the entire second half. So, I mean, Wembanyama pushes on every pick that he sets, and we don't get any calls. When that run started in the second half, they immediately called 2 fouls on Towns to get him out of the game so that the Spurs could get back in the game. I mean, we're fighting 5-on-8.
I would argue one thing, though, when you talk about this. Let's not lose sight of the fact that the Knicks, when Wembanyama is in the game, are not going inside virtually at all, which is why they are not going to get a ton of fouls called. That's part of it. Let's at least acknowledge that's part of it.
And Mitch, by the way,
I agree, but when Brunson is bringing up the ball and they're pushing him with two hands and they're swatting at the ball constantly, that's the same as when Wembanyama gets the ball down low and they touch him with the finger and they call a foul immediately.
But you know what, though, Jason? Like, I'll take it back to the Spurs alone. I mean, think about how many calls Tim Duncan used to get. Like, I mean, especially in the NBA Finals, because they were there plenty of times. Like, it's the preferential star treatment. And look, the way that the Spurs are being aggressive with Jalen Brunson, Chris, everybody knows that he's banged up and he's got one bad wheel. I would be aggressive and physical with him too.
Sure.
You know, I mean, until they keep blowing the whistle and then where it becomes a problem and you're hurting yourself, I would be as aggressive as possible as well. I'm doing everything I can to win the game. So the Knicks should also do the same thing with Wemby.
But that's why I'm nervous with the officials, because I watched Jordan rules. I watched what what's his name from Indiana, Reggie Miller, pushing 3 times in a row to get 8 points in 30 seconds to beat us. I mean, we have stars on our team. We have first-team All-NBA guys. Why aren't we getting the calls? Cat was the number 1 pick in the draft. Brunson is one of the best players in the league. How come we're not getting the same calls? But it's just they just want more games so they can have more money. Is that what it is?
There is a little bit. You know what, Jason? I'm glad you brought that up, man. I really am. And thanks a lot for the phone call. I didn't even think about it, to be quite honest with you. Because remember, like, Friday was weird. Like, we were having such a good time at the thing down at Caesars. And by the time, you finally got home and then the craziness of the fourth quarter, you didn't, allow all that other stuff to enter your mind. But the conspiracy theorists are always going to bring something like that up.
Of course.
With the officiating, because the way this is going and how dominant the Knicks have been, dude, they haven't lost a game since April 23rd. History will tell you this thing's not even getting back to San Antonio. It might be a 4-game sweep. Is that good for the NBA? Remember, they've had ABC, our company, Disney, ABC, ESPN. They had the Eastern Conference Finals, 4-game sweep.
Yep.
Okay? They had the Eastern Conference Finals for the NHL, 4-game sweep. Stanley Cup Finals looks like it's pretty good. That might have some legs. But the way this NBA Finals is going, it could be a 4-game sweep.
Yeah.
So, the conspiracy folks are going to sit there and say, is there an edict coming from the NBA? Like, hey, let's have this series get a little length so we're not, packing up shop by the time we even get to, I was going to say the Tony Awards, but I'm looking at it now. That was last night.
I had no idea that they were last night.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Schmigadoon was on Broadway.
That was like an Apple TV thing, wasn't it?
I think it was like a movie, and then they turned it into a Broadway show.
Here's my thing about the Tony Awards, if we can digress for a second. So the Tony Awards, obviously, it's about
this seems like a worthy topic to get away from with the Knicks Finals.
No, I think so, because like I said, it's brought up, and I'm staring at it right on the TV. They're showing from last night. People are crying. They won. They're happy. It's about Broadway, right? And plays and musicals and theater and all that stuff, and the stuff that's happened in the past year. This is catering to a national audience, right? We're local. And even if the theater is your thing, I just wonder who has the time to be able to see all these new plays and shows and all that stuff. Much less if you're living across the country, you're going to make the trip into New York to knock off 10, 12 shows?
Let's put it on the poll. Tom, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, did you see all the nominees for best play for the Tonys?
Well, how about this? Have you seen one? How about have you seen one? No, see, it's no different than the Oscars. Okay, it's a little easy to just click, I watch a movie. But you have to physically, get your you-know-what to the theater and into New York City to see all these shows.
I was asking my question ironically. You were asking yours somewhat seriously.
Not somewhat. Definitely serious.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Your New York Knicks are back in the finals, and BetMGM is here for this legendary run. Get in on the championship series with odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. Whether it's another clean sweep or Knicks in 7, BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets for the finals, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the Eastern Conference champions, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your pay pay out early. Join the Knicks and BetMGM on this march toward a ticker tape parade. Let's go Knicks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Kansas is offering 10% off qualifying Pella projects and 50% off qualifying Pella installations. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2026.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper. So knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including ZipRecruiter, Amazon Hub Delivery, Princeton Jeep, and Food Bazaar on ESPN New York.
My friends, the Beach Bash is almost upon us. Thursday, July 2nd, Bar A, Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore. Join the Michael K. Show. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. And an appearance by DiPietro Rothenberg, Bart, me, and more. We got plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance. A soccer watch party and a chance to test your skills against Rick in goal with a soccer ball. How about that? Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy, who will be playing an hour before and after the shows. I don't know what song Don is doing this year. Kind of interested to find out what that is. It's all brought to you by Spike Dade, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter. 800-919-3776. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube chat. Cosmic, I'd rather have Scott Foster or Tony Brothers tonight. Really? You really would?
That's like,
I mean, you're going to see Scott Foster again.
It's kind of like electric chair or lethal injection. Take your pick.
No, exactly. And there's no There's no slow death to choose from there, either one. So, yeah, either one's going to be not great. Those calls were ridiculously bad. That's from CB24, 2000, CB24203. I don't know the need for me to get in all of the numbers.
Why do we need all the numbers?
I don't
man?
know.
Come on, what are you doing? Not you, but CB2430657. What do you need all the numbers for?
I don't know. And apparently the security measures already at the Garden are insane, and it gives us a chance to remind you, like, you need to show up 2 hours in advance if you have tickets tonight, because it's going to be an absolute zoo.
And just friendly advice, and I'm everybody's friend. If you don't have a ticket for the game tonight, maybe tonight not the best night to go congregate around there.
Yeah, don't hang out.
It's more trouble than what it's worth. There's other places, like you said, to commiserate with your fellow Knick fan brethren around the city, but tonight might not be the best night.
Strict no-bag policy in effect. Fans have to make every effort to limit personal items to an absolute minimum. Enhanced security measures when entering MSG, including TSA-style screening procedures. Guests are strongly encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before tip-off to allow additional time for screening and entry. All right, Nick is up next, ESPN New York. Nick, what's up, baby?
Hey, guys. Just to answer your question, Bart, Chris, how we're feeling. I am feeling confident. I don't think they're losing again. I think this is team of destiny. They're going all the way. They're going to get 15 wins in a row. But I'm feeling nervous about how I'm going to react. I don't know how I'm going to react to this. It's just unfathomable to me, this whole thing. And so, yeah, I think if they, when they won Game 4 against Cleveland, we had the whole second half essentially to kind of, soak it all in. But if this is a close game, I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I also just think Cat has become the player that everyone wanted him to be. Remember earlier in the season, Shaq was kind of giving him a hard time, saying, You got to be aggressive, you got to be dominant. And, I mean, he's been every part of that. He has this intensity against Wemby. He's saying, I'm not going to let this guy, have anything over me. And he's really kind of putting him in his place a little bit. I think he's the MVP so far. It's been great to kind of just have him, and every guy really, you see Bridges last game, kind of just compensate for, a banged up Brunson. And it's really an amazing thing to watch. I can't believe it. I'm trying to just soak it in as much as possible.
I think it's true with Cat. And the thing I would point out, though, is I don't even necessarily think this is exactly what Shaq was talking about. I think Shaq was talking about just being as physically dominant inside as you can be and really establishing yourself as more of a presence. Cat has been dominant throughout the playoffs in myriad of ways, including running the offense through them when they needed to. And, I mean, where was the game where he had 13 assists, something like that? But then you see games like the other night. This specifically against Wembanyama is what Shaq was talking about.
And the other thing, too, is I think that, and even during the season, there were cries for him to be more aggressive. But in the playoffs, during this crazy run, remember, there's games where he doesn't even take 10 shots.
I was screaming about him. And when we have halves, when you take 2 shots, it was driving me nuts.
But he's affecting the game now in so many other ways. And
defensively, so good.
Yeah, and that's what you expect. And, I was reminded of this earlier today. I was talking to somebody on the way in. And remember earlier in the year, Cat even came out and said, when he was asked, what's your role in this offense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mike Brown talked about the feeling out process, the adjustment with the Cat in this new system and where he fits in, and we're all trying to figure it out. There were times, actually, I'm not gonna lie, like it almost seemed as if, I don't know if these two guys would have been able to coexist. Long term. So, let's say if the Knicks fell short of their goal this year, it was almost like going into next year, one of them would have to go, right? Like Mike Brown, Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know if both of them would be able to come back for another year because it just seemed like it was oil and water.
One of them would have gone.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they fell woefully short, like lost in the first or second round or something like that. But it's crazy. And I said this, I don't remember if I said it to you or I said it on the show on Saturday morning, but I really believe, and this is strange to say for somebody like Karl Anthony Towns, who was a number 1 overall pick, rookie of the year, All-Star how many times over, All-NBA how many times over. I don't think there's a single player on this team whose stature gets vaulted into another stratosphere any more than Karl Anthony Towns with this championship.
I totally agree.
And remember, this is including Brunson, who, remember, everybody said, you can't win a title with a 6'2 guy as your lead dog. Still, I think
Brunson has never had the expectations of what Cat had.
Correct. And Brunson already has graduated to that level where he's a number one guy.
Yeah.
He's a number one guy, like what he is now. That went out the window. And remember, you see all these things that people post on social media now, like they'll regurgitate the footage of Brunson's introductory press conference with the Knicks from 4 years ago or whatever. And I was thinking back to the shows we did then and thinking, all right, fine, Brunson, yeah, okay, he's a good player, but he ain't a number one. Now the quest for the Knicks is, who do you go out to get to be the number one to put alongside Brunson? And it's just funny how, over the years now, he's the guy. But I think Cat, though, if he is an NBA champion and possibly even a finals MVP, he goes to another level.
Let's call this what it was, okay? If they had lost in the second round, Brown was very much on the table to get fired.
Well,
very much on the table to get fired.
Think about 2-1 against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because, dude.
No, if they didn't make the conference finals, that was on the table. And then all we would be talking about between now and whether it's the draft or the start of free agency, whenever it got done, would be Cat, Giannis, and the Knicks. That's all we would be talking about when it came to the Knicks.
You know whose picture popped up on my...
And Carson Bench.
Right. You know who's 5 hits, by the way. Tremendous game yesterday. Plays a honey of a right field, too. The guy who's... yeah, that's right. The guy who... You know whose picture popped up on my timeline? I think it was yesterday.
Frank Stallone.
So you're a funny guy. C.J. McCollum. And then I thought to myself, that guy almost single-handedly unseated. You know who he was? He was almost like the Terminator. Like sent from the future. C.J. McCollum almost took out an NBA champion potential juggernaut before it even got going. Right?
Yeah.
The Knicks are the John Connor in this instance. And C.J. McCollum was the Terminator. And it's like people forgot about C.J. McCollum. Go back, allow your mind to go back to 2-1 Atlanta. What were the odds that you personally were thinking, Knicks could go home here? Like, this could be doomsday. I still thought it was 50, better than 50-50 that they would win the series, but not much more than 60-40. I think I was right around 50-50.
Yeah.
Because the remember, now they're so precise late in games with this. Well, I mean, when they have to be. Not every game is a 20, 30-point win. But remember games 2 and game 3, those late game situations. They didn't even get a shot off at the end of the one game. The other game, there was a turnover late in the game, right? Like Brunson had the turnover. Like, what are they doing? And C.J. McCollum is going to be the guy to beat them? Like, really? Like, he's the new Trae Young? But as I said, shout out the Hawks. Shout out Quinn Snyder. If not for those guys forcing the Knicks to take a long, hard look in the mirror, coaching staff, players, everybody, and rethink how they're going about things, we're not sitting here 2 wins from a championship.
I'm sure the Hawks feel a whole lot better about themselves right now.
I told you, hang the banner. We led the Knicks 2-1.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio!
Tonight might be different than you've ever seen in Madison Square Garden.
27 years since the last finals game in this building. I know our fan base is really excited.
This is the city's team. This is the biggest game I've ever seen.
The fans have earned the right and deserve the right to see finals basketball be played here at Madison Square Garden.
New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engines. When you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to in-back credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/30/26.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch. I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Yes, we are hours away from Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Knicks up 2-0 on the San Antonio Spurs. What are you feeling at 800-919-3776? The lines are open for you. There also is a little bit of an opportunity for you to get involved on the ESPN New York YouTube channel with your comments. There's a chat there. It's convenient. It comes right to me, sits right in front of me. The messages pop right up. I see every damn one of them. I see Road Dogg right now referencing the purple drank. I see that.
The purple drank.
That's right.
Love it.
That's right. I see it there. By all means, be a part of it at 800-919-3776 and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Should have seen this coming, by the way.
What's that?
Just this run. This season.
How can you see this coming?
I'll tell you why. You know, it dawned on me earlier today, as a matter of fact, and I'm kicking myself in hindsight. You know, if I was a betting man, I could have probably been a rich man, because you think about also this week World Cup is starting, right?
Yeah.
Remember the last time the World Cup was on our shores and on our land?
Here or
here?
I don't remember.
94. What happened in 94?
Wasn't that Baggio?
Baggio, he missed the penalty
from
kick.
Italy? Yeah.
But remember, who won in 94?
Didn't Italy? Or did we?
No, I'm just talking about in terms of the city sports teams in 94. The team from Madison Square Garden won in 94. Now it's 2026. The World Cup is back on our land, and it looks like another team from Madison Square Garden is going to win again. So basically, that's the formula. You need the World Cup here, if you want one of the teams at the Garden to be a champion.
Yeah, I don't see the correlation. 800-919-3777.
Pretty obvious, I think. And I should have known back at the beginning of the year. World Cup, MSG, bang.
Is there an aspect of this, though, when you think about what this run is going to look like? And I'm sorry, I don't think it's too early to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
We've been around for some pretty good ones. You mentioned 94.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing to have both those teams win championships. The Rangers run, with all the drama that it provided, was unbelievable.
Well, think about it. That went the distance, right? They went 7 games in the Eastern Conference Final, 7 games in the Cup Final.
You had guarantees. You had an unbelievable individual performance from a player who was brought here to win a Stanley Cup. And then you had the Knicks going to the finals and knocking right on the door after a remarkable performance by John Starks in Game 6, and they can't get home in Game 7, and he's 2 for 18. But even so, the runs themselves were amazing runs. The Giants, some of the runs they've had, fantastic.
And that Knicks run, bless you. And that Knicks run obviously went to Game 7 that year, too. So you couldn't have asked for more in terms of drama and excitement, except for obviously the Knicks winning that 7th game.
Right.
And closing the deal. From a jersey standpoint, 03 was kind of cool. Like, you had the Devils win the Cup. And remember, like, they had that banner outside of Continental, like the Arena of Champions? Because the Devils won the Cup in 03. Nets were in the finals in 03, but lost to the Spurs. But no, this would be something. This just popped up. Do you want to hear from another celebrity that I don't think he's a New Yorker or identifies himself as a New Yorker, but yet a celebrity who's weighing in on this Knicks run? You're very familiar with him.
Okay.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah. Paul Rudd speaking to Variety on the Knicks run ahead of Game 3 tonight. And it ties in New York sports, too, so we can chime in on this. If the Knicks were to ever really win the whole thing, this place would go crazy. Now, he says this place.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead and finish this quote.
This place would go crazy. So I hope he's at least in New York when he's giving this interview, because he's not a New Yorker. And New York would go crazy in a way that's different from the way they do with the Yankees or the Giants. I think they'd go crazy for the Mets or the Jets as well. But there's something about the Knicks in New York City where I really hope we'll see it come to fruition. Paul Rudd.
All right, a couple of things. First of all, obviously not wrong. In the general sense that if the Knicks win a championship here, the celebration and what the town will look like will be unlike anything we have ever seen, because there is a uniting factor about the Knicks. Already, for all of us who have sat here at the beginning in the last couple of years and screamed, act like you've been there before, they haven't been here before. And most of them have never seen anything like this and have suffered for a very, very long time.
How old do you have to be to remember the 90s, like to have appreciated the 90s run?
How old are you?
46.
I mean, that's 32 years ago.
No, but how old would you have had to be, let's say, in 94 to remember 94? 8, 9?
Between 8, 9, 10, something like that.
All right, so that means you had to be born by 86. Like, the cutoff is 1986. So you have to be 40 years old now to really have appreciated.
I would say to have a concept, to really have appreciated, you should be your age and above.
Right. Because I remember, maybe I was just different, but I remember the 86 Mets, like the whole season, the whole run. And I was
what were you, 2?
7 going on 8.
Okay.
But I remember the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
all right. I'll buy that.
You have to be at least, let's say 8 years old to really have appreciated that.
Okay. Listen, if you say you remember all that, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
So, yeah.
People are saying Paul Rudd is from Jersey. No, he's not. He's from like
Kansas.
Kansas City.
He went to school with, like, Joe Buck.
Yeah, it was him, Joe Buck, and Jason Sudeikis.
Yes.
That's the next point I was going to get to. I'm going to be annoyed with the fake celebrity or the fake Knicks fans we're going to see
tonight. Do you want to see the picture that they attached to the story?
First of all, Paul Rudd, sexiest man alive already. You've got enough. Don't claim the Knicks
Paul
as your
Rudd
own.
at the Garden, of course, one game sitting courtside.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was that
while he's on the phone, by the way?
Yeah. Was that against Sacramento in 1990?
No, I think I see. I think I see David Fizdale in the background. Yeah, exactly. And those tickets were readily available. You know, I'll tell you, and I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm not calling anybody out by name. But to be fair, because got to call it both ways, right? I was there in those days. Okay, when Jeff Hornacek was roaming the sidelines, and David Fizdale, and Ennis Cantor was getting doubles.
Yeah.
There's some people sitting in those expensive folding chairs right now on the court that I didn't see those nights.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I didn't see him those nights.
Give me a name. Can't do that. Give me a name. Can't say Stiller. Can't say Stiller.
Let's put it this way. They weren't bringing the alumni back for every one of those games.
Well, no, of course not.
Latrell Sprewell wasn't sitting there.
Of course not.
Under the basket watching the games. Bernard King, as dapperly dressed as he is.
It's there. If I saw Paul Rudd sit in Celebrity Row tonight, it would annoy me.
Oh, yeah.
It would annoy me. And I like Paul Rudd.
Well, it's like the Bruce Willis Nets thing when they went to the finals those 2 years. Like Bruce Willis all of a sudden became Mr. Net. And I don't think he went to a Net game since.
It just made me think of something really funny.
Go ahead.
I'll do it briefly.
We got till 1 o'clock. I mean, come on. It's not like we got to break down Mets Yankees or anything.
Ann Ligori.
Okay,
one of the most lovely people on the planet.
Yeah.
Used to do the Friday overnights at WFA.
Mm-hmm. Cover the golf, cover the tennis.
Right. Produced her show many, many times.
I spent multiple U.S. Opens out in Flushing, sitting in the same room with her for 2 weeks.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Happened to be doing a show on a Friday night up against the Nets in either the finals or the conference finals. Somebody hands Bruce Willis a cell phone in the front row.
Oh, I think you told me this.
Somebody hands Bruce Willis a cell phone. And you just hear Ann say, actor Bruce Willis joins us right now. Hello? Well, I gotta go.
I gotta go do a press junket for Hudson Hawk.
It's just actor Bruce Willis joins us. I gotta go.
But to the point with Rudd and what he said here. New York would go crazy in a way that's different from the way they do with the Yankees or the Giants. Now, to be fair, he says the Yankees or the Giants as not a real New Yorker because the Yankees and the Giants are the only two teams that have won in the last 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay? I think they'd go crazy for the Mets or the Jets as well. And he says, I think, because you got to go back 40 years since the Mets won. Jets, you got to go back to Neil Armstrong on the freaking moon. And I still contest, like when we talk about these outrageous ticket prices, the only thing that would exceed what the Garden is getting for some of these tickets is if the Jets are ever in the Super Bowl. That would be the only thing. Because you're talking about something that's going on 60 years. But there is, I think, a little bit of a difference, too. The fact that these games are here, now when I say here, meaning even if they win in San Antonio, like we see, but like a Super Bowl is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because like it's at a neutral site. It's probably going to be multiple thousands of miles away from where the game is. So like let's say if a New York team, like when they win the Super Bowl, like the game is like it happened like thousands and thousands of miles away. Like so you run to the streets, you celebrate with your buddies, the bars, all that stuff, but it's still kind of not the same as if you could walk right by that arena right there on 33rd and 7th. Like, that's where it happened. Yankee Stadium, like, that's where it happened. Right? That part is a little bit different as far as the communal celebration thing, as far as I'm concerned.
And I've also got people here who are now just hammering me on Paul Rudd, born in Passaic, New Jersey.
Really?
But that's fine.
Yeah, but
there's like 10 different places in the early life where he lived.
Where was he reared primarily?
His mother, Gloria Irene, was sales manager at a TV station in Kansas City, Missouri.
All right, well, he's a Midwestern guy.
Here's the thing. Get out of my face with Paul Rudd, all right? He might show up at some Knicks games here and there. Please, stop.
Aren't there a lot of people who were like, well, Tom Cruise has like a Jersey affiliation. Did he go to high school here?
Yes, there was something with him in New Jersey. Like,
but he doesn't identify as New Jersey.
No. And there have been, Paul Rudd's in the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Okay, I get it. There are a lot of people that are in the New Jersey Hall of Fame who don't have the greatest.
Paul Rudd's in the New Jersey Hall of Fame?
Apparently. There are a lot of people in the New Jersey Hall of Fame who don't have amazing New Jersey ties, but not that matters.
He didn't even go to high school here, and he's in the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
My overall thought here about this is there's going to be people who are going to be there tonight that are going to annoy you.
It's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah.
It'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
No, because it's a happening. It's a scene. Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, let's be real. Like the other game, like, conference finals, like those were big games. Like this had been growing and growing and growing. If you haven't gotten on the bandwagon yet, what are you waiting for now? And I would at least think that it would be even harder to get on that bandwagon, at least like being there now, because it's the NBA Finals.
Right.
Like those seats are even harder to come by. Like your PR rep, your manager, your press agent can't just call up the Garden and be like, hey, can I get 2 tonight for Paul Rudd? He is in the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know if that's being granted. Like Paul Rudd, they might say, okay, all right, we'll get Paul Rudd in, but he's in row 3 under the basket. Good luck when the action's down the other end of the court, tell Paul.
800-919-3776. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how you're getting in tonight if you're not A-level and as loyal as can be.
I'll tell you a story about that. And by the way, like that's how the game is played. Like, they don't pay for these tickets. Like, the people that are sitting courtside.
Spike pays for the tickets.
Well, he's a season ticket holder.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if Ben Stiller does. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Ben is actually, like, doing some sort of, like, documentary thing on this run. Have you seen this?
Well, I know he's been shooting a lot of video about it.
He was at, like, the press day yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, off to the side of Mike Brown, like, filming. Like, and so he's a director. I mean, like, he's doing that stuff. But they're actually, like, I was actually with having lunch with somebody one day years ago who also represented other, like, athletes and stuff like that. And there was a Knicks game that night. And a pretty noteworthy athlete, like, hit him up while we were having lunch. Hey, can you get me 2 courtside for the Knicks tonight? So my guy, like, called up the Garden and blah, 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 and said, it was kind of last minute, but what do you got? They said, no, we don't have any more courtside or whatever. He goes back to the guy, and he's like, sorry, they only have row 2. And he's like, no, I don't do row 2.
And that man was former Mets pitching coach Phil Regan.
What was his nickname? The Hawk?
Yeah, I don't know.
God bless Phil.
The Vulture.
He
was the Vulture.
The Vulture.
Yeah.
Knew it was something bird related.
As I'm looking toward tonight, I'm trying to think about the things that have really gotten them to this point that you just would not have expected. And I can't imagine thinking about this 3 weeks ago.
No.
Thinking about what the entire run has been like during that time and how special it's been. And this is always, it's a kind of a cliche phrase, but it was one that was used in the finale of The Office. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to realize that when you're in the good old days that you're in them? Like, you're in them right now. This is now going to be something like you need to. I hope people are taking this in and enjoying this as much as possible. I think they are, because so many times as sports fans, we live with this angst over our team winning and losing, and that's what keeps you alive, right?
Correct.
But I've been in positions where my team would win, Dan, and it was kind of what you were talking about earlier. I'd look up at the clock, and it wasn't, oh, my God, we're winning the championship. It was, oh, my God, we can't blow it right now. And that's not a great feeling. That's not what this is. This has superseded any kind of a thought process from a Knicks fan of, thank God we didn't blow it. And I know that I know we like more entertaining series, right, and I know we like to live on the edge as a sports fan. I actually think this team, this base, I should say, deserves to not live on the edge for a little while.
100%. And we talked before the show, and look, people know I grew up a Mets and Jets guy, and you know that there were not a lot of happy moments. And if it could go wrong, it did usually go wrong. And so you go through life kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop, as they say. I tell you right now, there's no reason to think that if you're the Knicks or a Knicks fan. Now we didn't know how far this would go to this extent, to be honest with you. Start of the conference finals, I thought the Knicks would beat Cleveland, but there was at least like somewhat of trepidation going into that series. The fact that Cleveland took out...
Certainly in the middle of game one there was.
Correct. And they're down 22, right?
Even they were not playing well earlier that third quarter. Down
when they
10.
took out Detroit, right? When Cleveland took out Detroit and just absolutely embarrassed them in Game 7 on their home floor, I'm thinking. And then the Donovan Mitchell storyline factored into, like the kid coming back home. Is he going to be? Could have had Donovan Mitchell. Instead, it was Brunt. Like they couldn't close the deal. And I'm thinking maybe the stars are aligning and it's not going to. But then that didn't take place. What's going to be interesting to me is, and we got into this the other day a little bit, and it's putting the cart before the horse, but who cares? How is history going to remember this Knicks team? Not just Knicks. Like if they win the next 2 games, this is the greatest Knicks team in franchise history. I'm sorry. 73 team had 7 Hall of Famers on it. I get it. They beat Wilt Chamberlain in the finals. Jerry West. I get all that stuff. If they win the next 2 and end this thing on a 15-game winning streak, this is the greatest Knicks team we've ever seen. I'm sorry.
It's why I'm so hesitant to call it a run. Because I almost think when you call something a run, it just means you got onto a ridiculous hot streak and maybe you weren't that good to begin with. They were a good team. They were a team that during the regular season lost head-scratching games. You mentioned it the other day, the Dallas game against the G League Mavericks when they got run out of the gym. Was that President's Day or something? Martin Luther King Day.
And that was a stretch, by the way. They had lost 9 of 11.
Yeah.
Things were teetering. Pre-All-Star break.
The regular season we know means absolutely nothing. But I don't think anybody could have ever predicted. I don't think this is just an unbelievably lucky great streak.
No.
It's been a streak of dominance. It's been a streak of destroying opponents when that has never been what they've been about.
I'll give you an example. The 2007 Giants, if I could go into football.
Please.
They went on a run.
That was a run.
That was a run. They got hot at the right time, and yes, they pulled one of the great upsets of all time, beating the undefeated Patriots. But that was a 9-7 team during the regular season. I don't care who they beat in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl. They're not better than the 86 Giants. The 86 Giants were a machine from start to finish. 14-2, annihilated everybody through the playoffs.
Yep.
Knocked out Montana, destroyed Washington, beat Washington 3 times that year. And then even though they were trailing at halftime in the Super Bowl to Elway and company, that ended up being a laugher.
Yep.
The 86 Giants are the best Giants team we've ever seen. This Knicks team, if this continues, this is them. Now, when I say history, people are then going to start to look beyond New York, and they're going to think, okay, what about in NBA history circles? And this is where the regular season, I do think, kind of plays in. I can't say that, even if they win the next 2, I can't say this Knicks team is better than the Kevin Durant Warriors because they were a machine during the regular season. I can't say they're better than the 96 Bulls that won 72 games. They were a machine during the regular season. I can't say they're better than the 86 Celtics, but it doesn't matter. Does it?
I couldn't care less.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let you and your buddies work that out. That banner will not go anywhere. It will mean the same now as it does 50 years from now if you were around for it and you appreciated it. And the best part about it, too, is I always say, like, unexpected runs, unexpected championships, I think are always the sweetest and most satisfying for fans. This still, based upon the regular season and the way the Eastern Conference was playing out and we thought it was going to go, this is still a little bit of an unexpected run.
No question.
If you want to call it that, or run in that sense. It's still unexpected.
Unexpected, but it's been so dominant that I can't call it just a run anymore. I think a run really just takes away from what it has been.
And I'll tell you this, it doesn't in any way, shape, or form, no way, no how, it's not exactly another ringing endorsement for Adam Silver's regular season product.
No, it's
which,
not.
You know,
he's got problems
has a lot to be desired.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Clayton in the Bronx is up on ESPN New York. Clayton, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, guys. Thank you very much for taking the call. Everything you said seems to be spot on. There are a lot of expectations fans have for 53 years. I'm 64 years old, and I can remember listening to the championship game in 73 with a bunch of family members in the back room on the radio. So, it's important that fans get to have jubilation, excitement, anticipation. The fans need to be able to express themselves without having to feel like, act like we've been there before. And as you mentioned,
screw that.
We haven't.
Been.
So,
act however
people
the hell you want, as long as it's within reason.
Right, and again, without attacking the liberals and the liberty of each individual as a citizen paying taxes. That being said, positivity will go a long way in showing the faith that Knicks fans have in this team and how that will reflect and be a part of the city's upbringing. So kudos to the New York Knicks. I wish them well. I've been a fan since I guess I've been born, and like I said, 64 years, and experiencing it again in '99 and seeing that we didn't have what it took to really match that team.
99 was a run.
99 was absolutely, and by the way,
was a run.
I apologize.
I don't know what the liberals were.
I apologize. Like I got a text and I was dealing with that, so I tuned out for a second. When I came to, I heard paying taxes and the Sons of Liberty. What was he talking about?
Ray, did you? I heard
that.
No
right?
offense to the liberals. I didn't.
Was that what it was? It said something about paying taxes, or I was like, did I pay taxes?
There was a mention. I'm trying to listen back to hear exactly what was said.
And the
there.
Sons of Liberty. Is that what? Remember those guys?
I had liberal
that was social
and liberty.
Studies.
Well, anyway,
what did you say? And what was your response, by the way?
I don't remember. No, my response was simply this. You act like however you want to act within reason, because when they say act like you've been there for, screw that. Screw that. You haven't been. And this has been so much pain for so long that you deserve to be able to take in every bit of this. I heard Lawrence Holmes in Chicago, who's a good talk show host, say that the New York Knicks fans were the most obnoxious. Hey, no, they're just enjoying themselves the most right now, as they should be.
How can you call somebody obnoxious, by the way, when they haven't won in 50 years?
It's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. Now, a few years ago, I was one of those guys that said, when they win their first playoff game in forever and they're out there on the street, or they win, remember the opening night is where Bing Bong came from. An opening night win, people going nuts outside the Garden. I think they beat the Celtics on opening night 3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
And that's where you're like, all right, everybody just calm down.
Bing Bong.
Now it's do whatever the hell you want to do.
That's what it was. You mentioned something about 99 being a run.
Yeah.
99 was unique because, remember, that was a strike-shortened year. They didn't start that year, I think, till either late January or February.
Yeah.
It was weird. So they
packed in the 50 games.
50 games packed in. And remember, the Knicks were an 8 seed after the 50 games. If they had played a full 82, they probably would have advanced their way up the Eastern Conference standings a little more. But going into the playoffs, they were so much better than an 8 seed.
Yeah. And
once they got through Miami in that first round, who was the 1, it was basically they left no stone unturned. And, they got hot at the right time. And I told you, we were talking about it the other night at the Caesars thing with Kurt Thomas, who, was on that team. I'm telling you, man, you go back and look at the scores of those games. They played, including the NBA Finals, they played 19 postseason games that run in 99. 2 times a team scored 100 points.
Yeah.
Either the Knicks or the opponent. 2 times in 19 games. And I think that the highest score was either 101 or 102. It's incredible. You had games in that Knicks Spurs final where the final score was 77-69. That's the NCAA championship game. The NBA game changed leaps and bounds. 77-69 is a halftime score now during the regular season.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN, Bart and Carlin. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube chat, KJ Jammer. Dan, good takes today. Very happy.
Really?
With it. Yeah, very happy with your takes.
Shout
today.
out.
Caesar in Brazil, you lost me. Well, not in Brazil, but Caesar Brazil, NY.
Oh, you made it sound like he was in Rio?
No, his name is just Caesar Brazil, NY. Again, why do I have to go through the entire name? And then, Clayton, you good, bro? LMAO, make sure you eat something and drink a lot of water before the game tonight. Clayton being our liberal caller or
Well,
a caller
that was Clayton.
bashing the liberals along the way.
But in all seriousness, though, like, again, if you are going to go to one of these outdoor watch parties, it's not going to be like 90 degrees or something. It's very pleasant out there today for June.
Yeah, no, it's lovely.
Beautiful.
It's lovely.
Coolish temps at night. All kidding aside,
There's part of me that really, as an older guy, I know I'm grumpy and all that.
Yeah.
There is part of me that wants to, like, be in Bryant Park tonight. A big part of me.
Yeah, there's no part of me that wants to.
No, you want to be on your couch.
I got a nice
Your new
couch. Let me tell you something. This weekend, the couch, getting to know each other.
Yeah?
It's a familiarity now, yeah.
You have a dent yet?
No dent.
Yeah.
No dent. It's fantastic. One thing that's evident, though, the biggest difference that jumps out between the old couch and the new couch, so much higher. I feel like I'm on an amusement park ride. Like, I'm the kid on the swing, like my feet are dangling like this. Like, because I'm so high off the ground.
Is it because it's so deep, or is it because it's high?
It's high, and I think it's at that supportive, what is it, that a microfoam or whatever they call it?
Microfiber.
Microfiber, that's
Sure.
it. Yeah, microfiber. I got hit with all those terms when I was at the showroom looking at the couches, but yeah, tremendous acquisition there with those Raymore folks. Raymore and Flanagan, second to none.
All sounds of the NBA Finals next on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Your New York Knicks are back in the finals, and BetMGM is here for this legendary run. Get in on the championship series with odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. Whether it's another clean sweep or Knicks in 7, BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets for the finals, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the Eastern Conference champions, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your payout early. Join the Knicks and BetMGM on this march toward a ticker tape parade. Let's go Knicks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place.
But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Progressive presents perfectly bad excuses for missing stuff to spend more time on your motorcycle.
Hey, Suze, can't make it to your party. Gotta defrost some chicken. There's tenders, boneless thighs. Gotta keep an eye on it.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Like, if you're in any situation, can you afford to, you don't even have to say who it is, but to continue our off-air conversation, if you are them, can you afford to be choosy at this stage?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
If anybody rings you up, you got to be like, tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
We were talking about the level of celebrity that you could expect tonight, or that is still having their phone ring from back in the day.
Yes.
And one of them was, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Listen, this is an important reminder for tonight. Knicks fans travel into Game 3. There is a strict no-bag policy in effect, and fans should make every effort to limit personal items to an absolute minimum. There'll be no storage available for prohibited items brought to the venue. So fans should expect enhanced security measures when entering MSG, including TSA-style screening procedures. Guests are strongly encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before tip-off to allow additional time for screening and entry. And there are already apparently some secure fences that are being put up around the Garden right now.
No, there's literally fences.
That have already been put up?
I'm looking at it right now. Like, so even if you have to, like, get to Penn Station, just, like, navigating, like, going home, coming to work, wherever you're going, like, you're going to have to walk a little bit out of the way. Like, yeah, look at this, man. Like, hold on.
Yeah, there's, yeah.
Right across the street.
It's a giant glass, well, probably not glass, but plastic, I'm sure bulletproof in some way, fence that is up all the way around.
All the way
MSG,
down 33rd Street.
That's
between,
nuts.
what is that, 7th and 8th,
7th
right?
and 8th, yeah. Anyway, Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Let us get to some sound. It's audio files, NBA Finals style. Knicks up 2-0. Go.
The audio file.
Bauer, thy name is Tom. What do you have?
Oh, let's get into it, gentlemen. And I'm going to start off here with Mikal Bridges, who was locked in like he's been locked in like Kobe Bryant almost in these finals. I still argue I was correct. Locked in like him. I'm not saying he is equivalent to him. But there's one thing that is kind of resonating with him, because the last team to blow a 2-0 lead in the finals just so happens to be, yeah, I see you nodding your head. You didn't like what I said.
No, just Ray and I are looking at each other like, where's this going?
And you're right.
Go ahead.
Mikal Bridges was last up in 2-0 in the NBA Finals with the Phoenix Suns, and of course that ended horribly for the Phoenix Suns. And he's hoping that this time he's kind of learned a lesson from his previous experience.
Yeah, I think just being here before, know how it's going to be. Yeah, just a lot of experience, knowing how much effort you need to give every single moment. And, you know, same situation up 2-0. And, you know, I got to be able to talk to these guys and, just keep level-headed and keep playing desperate.
He continued his thoughts over the weekend.
Yeah, I just remember just losing 4 straight. That's what I remember out of that. The series far from over. And got to keep being, playing desperate and be the more desperate team. But we do a great job, and we understand that, after every game, no matter what, it's always 0-0 at the end of the day.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't, until Mikal Bridges said that yesterday, I did not even remember that the Suns were up 2-0 in that finals. That was a weird series because it was like the first one after COVID, like the next summer, and it just still kind of felt like not real-ish. I don't know.
No, I get it, and I didn't remember that they were up 2-0 either, but the thing I would say, there's just, I trust the emotional maturity of this team right now. I trust that carries the day in the moment. I trust that everything they're saying to us is what they're saying behind closed doors, and that the captain, among others, are really drilling in that mentality, and it's sticking.
And I don't want to like make a punchline of this again because it's like been beaten to death already. But like, how much of that do you think is attributed to the Villanova factor? Like these three guys have like known each other forever. They've played together for such a long time.
Yeah.
But throw in the veteran component of this as well, and that's why you look at the other end of the floor with that other team. They're a bunch of kids. They're extremely talented. They're all like top 5 draft choices. But they haven't done this yet.
That's why two things. When people were saying that they were going to be the more desperate team in Game 2, the Spurs were, not really, because they were all saying the same thing after Game 1. We're not worried. No problem. We're fine. And how is the more desperate team right now? Not the one that's 28, 29, 30 years old. And the one that I would argue a lot of this emotional maturity comes more from the last couple of years than even the Villanova championships.
I think that maturity and age and wisdom, experience, all those things, life experience, but in this case we're talking about basketball, I think they would be the more desperate team because I think that the veterans know how hard it is to get to this point. Like,
and have gone through it the last couple of years.
Gone through it, and you know how hard it is to get there. You don't know if you're ever going to get back. Thinking about guys who are playing in the finals for the first time. Some of these 8, 9 year veterans, they're like, I'm finally here. I didn't know if I ever would be here. I was confident I'd get here, but you never really are until you're there, and they are. You know what I'm saying? And
and when you're younger, you may take for granted.
And you know what's funny? Like,
ask Dan Marino if he ever thought he was getting back to the Super Bowl.
1,000%. And that was in year 2, man. You know what I mean? Year 2, after he had the greatest year that a quarterback had ever had up until that point, and he never got back. And I asked the question out loud after Game 1. Asked it after Game 1 of the Cavs series, too. Maybe even Philadelphia. But I think it's appropriate here. Was that San Antonio's best shot? Did the Knicks get San Antonio's best punch in Game 1? I'll rephrase it to you now. Have they gotten San Antonio's best punch yet collectively in the first 2 games? I might say yes, because that 14-point deficit might have been like Custer's last stand. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that they ate away at that deficit, took a lead at home, place was buzzing, less than 2 minutes left. You would have thought they would have used the crowd, sewn away that game, and they still couldn't close the door. That's got to be deflating.
I would not disagree. I don't know that I would say best shot, but I would certainly say it was a hell of a haymaker that they landed.
I'll tell you this, too, about tonight's game. If the Knicks jump on them early tonight, like if this is a 15-point lead in the first quarter, like one of those, like, this could be over by, like the starters may be out of the game by the end of the third quarter tonight.
Next.
Well, you guys have been talking about the mindset of the Knicks, so let's hear it right from the captain. Mindset, still 0-0.
Every single day, now we chip away trying to be the best thing we can be. I think our mindset was 0-0, not being up 1-0. Even with the series is now, next game has the mindset to be 0-0 again. It's just how it has to be. You can't be comfortable. You can't be satisfied with anything. Just got to continue to push forward.
Jalen talks about the composure of the team.
We got to do a good job of staying composed in those situations. It's a credit to the character that this team has. Not being able to fold in situations like that is key to winning games like this. It's at this stage of the season, things aren't going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be grinded out. It's simple as that. So no matter what the situation is, we're going to have each other's back.
Have we ever felt like they've lost their composure in this series at all? I haven't.
Got to keep our composure. We've come too far. Every time I hear composure, that's all I think of.
I know. I understand.
By the way, true story. Can I give you this? Is from the NYPD. Okay. Starting at 4 p.m. today, vehicular and pedestrian traffic will be closed from West 30th Street to West 35th Street between 6th and 8th Avenue. No one will be allowed inside the secure area unless you have a ticket to the game, a train ticket, are going to a business inside the area, have credentials, or have some other authorized reason to be there. That's at 4 p.m. That is 4 hours and 40 minutes prior to tip-off.
So I have to convince somebody I'm going to that McDonald's. That's what I have to do if I'm trying to get in there.
But I got a free burger on the app. No, officer, you don't
placed
understand.
the order. You got to let me pick it up. I'm out $12.50.
If I don't use the freebie today, I lose it.
Next.
Let's hear from some Spurs over the weekend because we talk about, you guys have been mentioning the maturity of the team between the Knicks and the Spurs. I think it starts to really come out once you hear some of these quotes from some of the Spurs. So
this is Tom being selective in his Spurs sound.
Tom, by the way, did you know he went to a baseball game Friday night?
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to be killed for that.
Anyway, go ahead.
Talk about riding with your guys.
At any rate, Victor Wembanyama, we'll start with him. Will the intensity of MSG impact him and the Spurs?
Not really. I think it could be, but isolating myself is something I've practiced over the years, and I think I'm good at it, so it's not a problem. This is similar to something media-wise like the Olympics.
Yeah, good for you. Stephon Castle being down 0-2.
At this point of the season, it doesn't really matter whether you're playing at home or away. You know, teams are playing their best brand of basketball, so trying to figure out how to win basketball games is, the most important thing. Going down 0-2 at home is something that, we definitely didn't want to do, but, going back and watching it, those were very winnable games, and I think the next two are very winnable games, too.
Winnable, but you couldn't do it. So what happened there, Stephon?
We feel like we gave them that game, on self-inflicted mistakes, not just talking about, the last play of the game or last couple of plays of the game. I feel like throughout the game, we gave them life in the areas where, we could have took a lead and extended it. So, we've always had the next game mentality, and we weren't able to close that one out. But like I said earlier, it's 1st to 4, so I think we're confident we can go get the next one first.
Look, Wembanyama, I think, is starting to rub people a little bit the wrong way as being somewhat arrogant. I just think he's outwardly confident and honest. It doesn't bother me as much. The Stephon Castle thing, that is a thing, Tom, to me, that he's trying to talk himself into and that team is trying to talk
That's like we're analytically up 2-0. That's how I took that's
not far from saying
that's it. Right? I mean, that's basically another way of saying it, that you're up 2-0. The Wembanyama thing, and I don't care if this sounds like I'm trying to be discriminatory in any way. I'm not.
You hate the French. You always have.
No, I like a good fry every now and then. The crinkle cuts on Friday were, how good were those?
Those are good.
Weren't they good?
Shake Shack right inside of that Caesar's.
I'll be the first to admit I had 2 different helpings separated by a couple of hours. I was still hungry.
Yeah,
anyway, I just think that, look, Wembanyama, he grew up in a different culture. Athletes, around the world, they're not as, let's say, guarded, if you will, than maybe like with the intense media scrutiny that we have here, and how our athletes are supposed to do interviews, address the media. The fact that he is so honest and forthcoming, I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No.
It's just, unfortunately, when you don't produce the results that everybody expects from you, your words are turned around and then held against you.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
But it's not that he's a bad...
And I also don't think anybody in San Antonio is going to sit there at the end of this and say, well, we were too arrogant.
No.
And that's why we lost. No. Absolutely not.
No, they're going to find out they were just, they're a good team, a talented team. Fact of the matter is they're a year ahead, but they just ran out of gas.
Are you nervous right now? What are you worried about the other shoe dropping? What are you feeling at 800-919-3776 as Game 3 approaches tonight? And here's a very, very big, important note for tonight. Knicks fans, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live broadcast today, Scout NYC, 2 blocks from the Garden, 215 West 35th Street before Game 3 of the Finals. You know what that is? That's your reason to be able to get inside that no-traffic zone. Officer going to Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg at Stout. You know what he's going to say? Go right ahead.
What was the streets that they said?
I thought it was 35th to 30th. You were the one who read it.
Yeah, I forgot. My short-term memory is awful.
Anyway, guys, breaking it all down, talking matchups, getting you ready for tip-off. It is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live today. Stout NYC starting at 3 p.m., and that is at 215 West 35th Street before Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
the Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive. An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro.
Save DiPietro!
Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
All right, we've got some more information from the NYPD that they're putting out on X. And
that's the New York Police Department for those not in the know.
NYPD News is one that you can follow today for all kinds of news on it. So this is about the secure area now around Madison Square Garden. Everyone entering the secure area will be screened, and you can only enter at these access points. The west side of 6th Avenue at 32nd Street, west side of 6th at 33rd Street, northeast corner, 29th and 7th, northeast corner, 30th and 8th, southeast corner, 34th and 8th. And fans leaving MSG after the game will be able to access public transit at Penn Station. If you are trying to leave the area by foot or car, you must walk north or south on 7th or 8th Avenue to either 29th or 36th Street. You will not be able to walk east or west between 30th and 35th.
I can just see people taking their phones out like a compass. Which way am I going east? Harriet, is this west or east? Which way am we go? We can't go that way.
You got a Harriet in there?
I threw it in. Couple, you know.
Dan could not be planning his exit route faster at 1 p.m. today.
And you're not?
I'll get out of town. I'll be fine.
I know you'll get out of town, but here's the difference. You have to hit someplace a little bit later, so I think you're kind of in that, like, I need to find a way to bridge the gap type of...
No. I'll leave whenever, but I'm not going to worry about it so much. We're way downtown.
Look, I make no mistake about it. I'm not going to apologize for anything. Show ends at 1 o'clock today. By 1:02, I'm off this island.
There is a Grassa-shaped hole in the front door.
I am off the island by 1:02. Barring there's no traffic in the Holland, of course.
You better hope. Richard in Manhattan. Oh, I didn't get a chance to hit the alarm. That's all right. Richard, how are you?
Bart. Oh, no, Bart's not there. It's Dan and...
yes.
Good start.
Chris.
Good start.
Hi, guys. Hi. Fellas, excuse me if I'm wrong. I may be incorrect. I listen to both stations. I haven't heard one person bring this up, what I'm about to bring up.
They didn't bring it up on Wins yet either?
No one has brought it up. Young, old... historian, non-historian, fan, non-fan, celebrity, non-celebrity,
I think it was Q104.
The significance of the Knicks winning this championship, culturally, sociology-wise, Mike Brown will be the first black man to win a championship as a manager of a coach in New York sports history. I think that's unbelievable. I mean, it's not Jackie Robinson, but this is huge, and no one has brought it up.
You know,
I think it's.
But you know,
I think it's fantastic.
Listen, it's great.
Well, Jerry Reese was the general manager of 2 Super Bowls with the
General,
Giants.
I said coach or manager.
Well, he's the general manager.
And we could say
Herm
Edwards.
I like arguing semantics with Richard.
Yeah, I know.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah, there's no semantics here, though, Chris. I mean, this is a fact. This is fantastic.
Let me.
No,
This is
right.
fantastic. Rich, here's what you just did there. I was actually going to make sense out of something
See,
you said.
Rich gets carried away too much. That's the problem.
No, I blame you. You destroyed me right there.
I destroyed you?
Well, Jerry Reese. But he's not a coach. He's not a manager. You get dragging me into a semantics argument with Richard in Manhattan, and I want to beat myself to death with the microphone.
Do you know in the hockey community, the general manager, especially like up there, our friends to the north in Canada, the general manager is referred to simply as the manager.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
So in that sense, Rich, like if we were talking about that, he would be a man. But Rich means a baseball manager. I know what he alluded to. But yes.
What I think is, if we're talking about that, the reason that we haven't talked about it, I think it's a great thing, is that nobody considers it as much anymore.
Right. He's the coach of the champions.
It's not that nobody cares. It's important, but
can I be honest with you? That thought did not dawn on me for a millisecond.
Me neither. And
it might not have. I swear, if Rich never made that call or he didn't make a call in the next 2 weeks referring to that I wouldn't have thought of that for a second.
Not even remotely.
It doesn't mean anything.
It's not that it doesn't mean anything. It's that
it shouldn't mean anything.
We have gotten past the point where it is as meaningful as it once was.
Right.
At least you want to believe that we have gotten past that point. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
the Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count 'em.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel is the best place to bet all your favorite players during the NBA Finals. Play your game any way you want. How many points will Jalen Brunson get? How many blocks will Wemby have? How many threes will be made? Will the Knicks or the Spurs pull down more rebounds? And best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. Minimum $5 wager required for 7 consecutive days. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game 3 is about 8 hours plus away. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel where you can go. You can leave your comments. You can be a part of the discussion. Our guy, Dan Grassa, is in today for Bart, 800-919-3776. We'll get to the Power Hour in a little bit. First up, though, our other guy is Tim Bontemps. Now, he, of course, ESPN senior NBA writer and covering the finals. He, Brian Windhorst, Tim McMahon, tomorrow night, we told you about this the other day, a live hoop collective at Gotham Comedy Club. Now, if you go to GothamComedyClub.com, tickets still available, $30 to go down and see it happen in person, and maybe a premium admission, maybe a little meet and greet there with Bontemps. $65, a bargain at any price. If you know Tim, you know someone in your life who's charming, and that's him. And he is with us right now. And I'm excited for this because this is to Hoop Collective Live. You know how much I love this podcast, and if you want to learn more about basketball, you certainly listen to the Hoop Collective. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Can I just hang up? Oh, that was great.
Well, listen, I mean, you're a charming guy. I'll get more enlightened tomorrow night, and certainly there will be, I mean, I don't want to say completely less security, but a little less security than there's going to be around the Garden tonight.
Well, listen. My man Window's a pretty start out a lot of security these days, so I don't know. It'll probably be in the same realm as the Garden tonight, but yeah, no, I appreciate that. We're excited to do it. Obviously, live in New York City for a long time, and what better time to be in the city talking about hoops than in the middle of what's one of the most remarkable runs we've seen in the sport in a extremely long time.
No doubt about that. And, Tim, great to catch up with you, my friend. And I'll ask you this to start. Do you think that the Knicks have gotten San Antonio's best punch yet in the first two games?
No, I mean, I don't think either team has played all that well in the first two games. I mean, the Knicks have certainly had control of a good amount of the games, right? I mean, both games sort of went the same as the game in late December in San Antonio. All three of them were basically the same, where the Knicks controlled the run of play for a lot of the game, had a pretty hefty lead in the second half, blew the lead in all three games, and then obviously in these last two games, Jalen Brunson made enough plays at the end to win it. The games that were not in San Antonio, the one in New York City in March and the one in the Cup back in December, were both very comfortable Knicks wins. And coming into the series, thinking the Knicks to win in 6, I thought that's San Antonio, which overall is probably a better team, to the matchup advantage overall that San Antonio has against Oklahoma City, which I think is a better team. But when you're talking about an individual series like this, the better team isn't necessarily always the one that's the best in an individual matchup. And I think some of the structural things that have worked in the Knicks' favor in this matchup over the course of the season now have them up 4-1 in the season series. And if that holds, certainly should feel pretty good about their chances of winning 2 of these next 5 and getting the city a title that it's waited a long time to get.
Tim Bontemps with us, ESPN senior NBA writer. So am I oversimplifying it? I understand the X's and O's and everything that's involved in matchups, but it feels like to me the biggest difference in this series so far is an emotional maturity between these two teams and how they've handled themselves. Is that oversimplifying it?
I think that's it a little bit. I mean, I would also say the young Spurs made huge comebacks in both. I mean, Victor made obviously the mistake on the turnover late, but you know, I wouldn't say the Knicks blowing fourth quarter leads at both games was like the most mature thing to do.
All right, Tim, we're going to try. We'll try to get him back. We're having an issue with the phone right now, so we'll try to get you back here in a sec. Blowing the leads in the fourth quarter, not the most emotional, not the most mature thing to do. Certainly, I think what I take away from it is the ability to rebound from those moments and put it behind you as quickly
and still find a way to win, right? Because that could sink somebody. And you and I talked about it earlier. Like, if the Knicks did not get up off the mat and gather themselves in Game 2, we will be having a very, very different conversation today leading up to this Game 3.
We would be.
I mean, imagine that 1-1 after blowing a 14-point fourth quarter lead. You talk about panic and nerves. I think that would certainly be hightailed a little bit more tonight.
And that would have been remarkable to consider when you would already think after Game 1 they have done their job and gotten the one game that they needed to get. Let's bring Tim back in. All right, so to the point of blowing the leads, not necessarily mature, I'm kind of pointing more toward the ability to put whatever has happened behind him when it matters the most down the stretch in these games.
Yes, what I was going to say, the thing that I would say is the difference in the first two games of the series is two things. I would say it's one, that Jalen Brunson is probably the most mentally tough player in the league, and doesn't really matter if he's missed. I think he's 19 of 56 in the series. If he's missed 56 shots, he expects the 57th shot to go in. Like, those two shots he hit to close out the games, you know, the one he hit over Evan Vassell in Game 1, and the one he hit to tie the game, that Dirk in Game 2 over a guy 7 inches bigger. Like, those are big time shots, and you only make those if you're supremely confident in your ability. And frankly, the other difference in the series is Karl Towns has pretty thoroughly Victor Wembanyama through 2 games. And if you said before the series, Karl Towns is going to outplay Victor Wembanyama, A, most people wouldn't have believed you, and B, you would have felt pretty good about the Knicks' chances, right? So I would say more than anything else, those are the 2 things that have the Knicks in the position they're in now. And I think your point about the emotional maturity of the Spurs, obviously won 2 games in Oklahoma City, which is an extraordinarily difficult place, including. But I expect this environment tonight in the Garden to be a pretty singular thing in my career and certainly in recent basketball.
Talking with Tim Bontemps of ESPN here on ESPN New York. Now, Tim, Game 1, the officials kind of let both sides play, at least I felt, and I was kind of happy watching that as a basketball fan. The game, the game the other night, not so much, and I think that the officiating was geared heavily more towards San Antonio. I think anybody that watched that game would tell you that. What type of an impact do you think that will have on tonight's festivities, given now the scene shifts to Madison Square Garden?
I mean, I think that's sort of a game-to-game thing. It's just I do a tighter is the benefit the Knicks. The Spurs play style. They're also, I think, a little thinner from a depth standpoint. Particularly and De'Aaron Fox being banged up with these leg injuries they've got. But yeah, I think, certainly the whistles will be interesting to watch tonight. If it is tight, I do think it's an advantage Knicks, but I don't think it's going to have a great well, most of the conference finals and the finals the rest I think it's been pretty good overall, and I don't expect that in Game 3.
We're not having a ton of luck with the phone right now, so I'm going to cut it a little short for the moment. We will talk to you. But the Hoop Collective Live is tomorrow night at Gotham Comedy Club. Go to GothamComedyClub.com. Tickets available right now. It's Windy, it's Bontemps, it's Tim McMahon, it's special guests from around the league. Tim will be making his return from the Catskills, where apparently he's doing this interview from, to have that much problem with the coverage.
Phones.
I mean, boy, can we, I got AI taking over my life. Can I get a cell phone signal that works?
It was tough.
And listen, it's okay. It's not Tim's fault. It's just wherever he is. Can we get a little coverage here?
Now, you think Windy is and Tim and all those guys, like the Borscht Belt humor? Is that what we're going to see?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
At Gotham?
I would say that if you've been to any of these podcasts that they do live, seen the one that they did around the NFL draft with Kevin Clark and Mina Kimes, these are always very cool events to go to. And they're going to have some special guests involved there, too. And imagine what this is going to be like if the Knicks are on the verge of winning their first championship in 53 years tomorrow night. So I would urge you to go to GothamComedyClub.com for the Hoop Collective Live. That is tomorrow night, 7:30. Tickets, regular admission, $30, 2 beverage minimum, $65 for premium admission, which includes premium seating, post-show meet and greet with Windy and other special guests. So it should be very cool to be there. And if you've never met Windy, you've never met Bontemps, Tim McMahon, all very good guys. And we'll spend a lot of time hanging out with you and talking hoops.
And it happens on an off night in the series, too, right? I mean,
exactly.
It's not like you're going to have any allegiances to where, I got to watch a game. No, you're not going to watch a game. They're talking hoops. If you want to get all caught up in the Knicks, boom, that's where you are.
Well, here's what's interesting to me about that. You mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2 was Friday night. It was also the same night as Yankees-Red Sox at the stadium. Now,
few people were there, I heard.
Yeah, if you're a big Yankee fan, but a big Knick fan, and you had tickets to Yankees-Red Sox, what are you doing in that instance? When you find out that Game 2 of the Knicks in the NBA Finals, especially having already won a game, what are you doing in that instance? Are you saying, screw it? I mean, my other friends might want to go. Let's just say in advance that you've purchased some tickets for you and your friends, and you've decided you're sitting upstairs, I don't know, maybe in the 300 level. You've decided after Game 1, I'm gonna forego the Yankees-Red Sox game, and I got to go watch the Knicks game. Wouldn't you think that would be the right plan?
Throw in the fact that the NBA Finals schedule has been on the books since at least late April, early May.
Yeah, but I'm giving them a little bit of slack there.
No, that is slack. That's slack, meaning like you've known for a very long time the dates of the NBA Finals games.
But would you have looked to see when they were before the Knicks were even in it?
But it also makes things a little bit more dubious that the Knicks had this spot in the finals wrapped up now for what feels like an eternity. They swept the previous round. Like, remember, they were sitting around for a week waiting to find out who they were going to play.
That's a point.
So plenty of accommodations and time could have been made. I don't know if
In essence, you had 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't know if I said to you or not, but I was stunned. Wednesday night, game 1 of the NBA Finals. Yankees were playing the Guardians, and it was a prime vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. So I had the Knicks on the giant TV, and I had the Yankees on the little iPad because Cole was pitching. I even said to my missus...
I would argue that would be the only reason I would have them on the iPad, is that Cole was pitching. But otherwise, I might not even be watching it.
But I remarked aloud at my home while I was watching it. I said, I cannot believe how many people are at this Yankee game.
Yeah.
The Knicks are playing in the NBA Finals for the first time in a quarter century. Now, I understand that there's people that don't like basketball and you're just a baseball fan, and fine, more power to you. But I was shocked how crowded that place was. And that was Yankees Guardians.
Well, the reason that we brought this up
is this is leading to something.
Yeah. Friday, we were going to be at Caesars Sportsbook down at Monmouth Park, which, by the way, great job by everybody coming out.
Tremendous.
We had a blast. Kurt Thomas was there. John Wallace was there. Both very funny.
Tremendous.
Engaging guys. And hung around to watch the entire first half of the game. And there was no high-level security.
No.
We're kind of hanging out on the stage, but it was all easily accessible. These guys were ready to hang out with the fans. And we were there.
Basically, the closest equivalent to a bouncer was Jefferson.
Who's a tall, gangly, goofy 23-year-old
And
kid.
make no mistake about it, the only priority on Jefferson's ledger on Friday night was Cardinals-Reds.
Yes. So having said all of that, we're down the shore, in essence. What town is that, technically?
Long Branch.
Long
West
Branch?
Long Branch. One
Tom,
of the
what
Long
town
branches.
do you live in?
Not far from Long Branch.
What town?
That would be Neptune.
Neptune. So that's
not the planet, by the way.
12-minute drive?
But he might as well. He
20
might as
minutes,
well,
let's say.
He might as well have been on the planet Neptune compared to where he ended up being on Friday
Where were you
night.
on Friday night, Tom?
I was at Yankee Stadium on Friday night, reluctantly.
What? No. Hang on a second. First of all, we didn't hear all day that you were going to Yankees.
See,
Red
that's
Sox.
the
Not
biggest.
A keep.
That's the biggest issue with this whole thing, because I even made it a point on Friday when we were doing the show earlier in the day. It was off the air during one of the breaks. So, Tom, what are you doing this weekend, buddy? What, you got any plans? He's like, well, Saturday I'm doing a beach day, as a matter of fact, and it was Avon by the Sea. Or he said, how did you pronounce it?
That's Avon by the Sea.
Avon by the Sea.
It was a nice time.
And I said to him, I always thought it was Avon by the Sea, and that's what I refer to it as. To each his own.
Me too.
So he had the big beach day on Saturday. That particular day on the calendar, which was Friday, you would think, if I asked if you had any plans for the weekend, Friday night would have included, hey, I'm going to the Yankee game to see them play the Red Sox. No mention of it at all.
Unless you're trying to avoid you knowing that, which very well might have been the case, knowing that could have invite some criticism to your plans.
Now, here's the part 2 of this. Let's say if you get inside Tom's head, he didn't want to mention the baseball game because then he would think that we knew too much information. But by not then speaking up about a baseball game, you leave yourself open to, well, wait a sec. Don't you live within spitting distance of this Caesars Sportsbook at Monmouth Park? Your guys are going to be there for a live appearance, helping the station, bettering the station, which employs you, by the way. You would think he would, since he's a hop, skip, and a jump away, would swing on by.
Well, apparently not.
And Jefferson was the one that blew your cover, by the way.
So
yeah,
then,
I'm aware. I received a text from him.
Because we looked at the social media. Oh, there's Tom at the Yankee game. So you didn't even try to hide it from us after the fact.
Yeah,
you hid it from us beforehand, but then after the fact, it's, no, look where I was, chumps. I could have come and hung out with you and the fans, but I decided to go and do my own thing at Yankees Red Sox, which, listen, it's Yankees Red Sox. That's great. It's game 2 of the NBA Finals, and you've already won game 1.
Bro, it's not 2004 Yankees Red Sox.
Oh,
like,
my
who
God.
cares?
A-Rod is not
The Red
out there
Sox are
getting
terrible.
drilled. Veritek's not popping him in the face.
You don't care about Ryan Weathers on the mound? No.
Pedro's. You don't even remember Pedro throwing Don Zimmer to the side like he was a sack of flour. You don't remember any of that.
And by the way, word of advice to anybody out there who's trying to worm out of an obligation or being at some place, Rule 101, okay? Do not put a picture up on social media which is going to blow your cover like as it's happening live. You want to put
I love the people who call in sick and then put their beach picture
right.
up on the cover.
Like, Tom, if you wanted to put the Yankee picture up, like put it up on Saturday, like, hey, had a great time last night. Okay, fine. But like as it's happening, or maybe not even. You wouldn't even put it up the next day if that was the case. But
I don't think it would have mattered in that case.
But it was like a double slap in the face that like, hey, I'm here having fun where I could have been someplace else, but I didn't want to be there.
So, explain yourself.
Well, listen, I had bought tickets at the end of March for this. I was scheduled to go.
This is now June. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And I was scheduled to go with my sister and my college roommate, who I haven't seen in quite a long time.
You spent 4 years together in the same next to him in the next bed. Like, I think you've seen each other enough. You've probably seen him in his underwear how many times? You know, like you need to go to a baseball game to rekindle an old relationship?
Well, being that he lives in the city and I would like to see him every now and again.
What city? Guadalajara or New York? It's separated by a body of water.
Where does your sister live? Where does your sister live?
She lives near me.
So you see her every day.
Hang on. You see your sister all the time, and your college roommate lives in New York City.
Yeah.
It's not like he came in from out of town.
That's what I mean.
Like it flew down from Boston for Yankees Red Sox.
He had this incredible job opportunity post-college in Paris, France that he, jumped at immediately, and he's back in town for only the weekend.
Oh, my God.
Listen, I made an obligation.
Doesn't say a lot about us, obviously.
Listen, I made an obligation to them, and so I decided to stick with it. And I also had the Knicks game on going at the same time because I realized as the week was approaching.
First of all, you're watching it on your phone. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And how good is the cell service, by the way?
It was okay.
How good of a reception getting? Here's the thing.
I was connected to Wi-Fi.
It's Yankees, Red Sox. And Tom, by the way, I don't know if you know this. He was sitting in the 300 level, so those were $100 tickets.
$100 for that ticket.
That being said, okay, people are selling tickets to tonight's game that are going for tens of thousands of dollars, like day of or day before.
People are legitimately discussing whether or not they should go to the game.
Yeah.
Or put their kid through the first 2 years of college.
If they can
that's
move,
a good discussion for them.
Tom, if they can move those tickets, you can move Yankees Red Sox Friday night in early June.
I have to tell you, if you had just said to us, I hate to eat the $100, we might have even split it and said, you know what, Tom, go watch the game. Here's $50. Get yourself a beer. Because I would have felt for you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or you could have just said to your sister and your buddy, you know what, instead, let's go watch the game. Watching the game on your phone.
Well, listen, I made an obligation, so I decided to stick with it. That's how I choose to live my life.
No. You're not bailing out on a wedding in that spot, okay? Those are the instances where you have to watch it on your phone. When there's somebody's getting married and it's somebody very close to you or somebody close in your family and they're having a Friday night wedding and it just happens to be that the Knicks made the finals. And in that case, you would think those people would be decent enough to accommodate the fans in attendance and make sure that there's a TV up somewhere. Like if I had that situation, I would have purposely brought a television, set it up somewhere, brought a damn Roku stick, and made sure that you could watch the game on a big screen and not have to sit in there and listen to my cousin Al give a toast. That's only if there's a wedding, and there's not even that.
You're not getting a Roku stick into Yankee Stadium, I can promise you that.
Probably not.
No.
You ain't getting it in.
All right, question. How frequent did they drop in on the Jumbotron with, like, updates to the game?
To be honest, not that much. Not that I saw, at least.
How do they not do that? How do they not update the game? Come on.
So you know what's interesting to me? Yankees-Red Sox, a rivalry that's kind of like was passed down through generation after generation. What about the Knicks, like, not being in the NBA Finals for 50 years or not winning a championship for 50 years? That message has also been passed down.
Ray, are we being too harsh on Tom for this decision on his part?
I think you're being a little harsh on him, just from the standpoint of he didn't lie.
No, but it was a lie of omission.
He chose not to disclose.
No, that was a lie of omission. I tried that on a friend of mine the other day. I didn't lie to you, but you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
That was a lie of omission.
If you mention the beach day on Saturday, why just skip right over the baseball game on Friday?
Exactly.
And that does make me a bad guy.
Friday night is part of your weekend.
I didn't even know he was going to the Yankees game, so...
I
was sitting here next to him.
What kind of stuff was going on at the baseball game? This was like such a state secret.
Could have been a sword fight. You don't know.
We're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs.
Part of me doesn't even want to let you do a Bauer hour today because you haven't earned it.
I forgot about the sword fight, by the way.
How could you forget? Honestly, I mean, are you even a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
You're the guy that supposedly punched the wall in Game 3.
And I sure did. And I slapped... Well, first of all, I punched the wall in Game 2. Get your facts straight. I slapped the wall in Game 3.
If you're a Knicks fan, you can't go to a baseball game the night of the NBA Finals.
And that's why I watched the Knicks game at Yankee Stadium, because I was fulfilling my obligation.
Last time I checked, they didn't have a watch party. There was not a watch party at Yankee Stadium for the NBA Finals.
No.
Right?
No.
I'm trying to think if I did anything. Personal experience. Can I give you a story?
Yeah, sure.
About doing things that might seem unpopular or whatever? All right, let me take you back. 2002. Now, obviously, in order of my teams, growing up or whatever, Jets, football was number one.
Sure.
Okay? We had season tickets, family. Never missed a game, ever. I don't care how good, bad, whatever. That was the priority on Sunday. 2002, I'm also a big Springsteen guy. Rising album comes out, the Rising Tour. At the time, he only did, it was called a barnstorming tour, one show in each city. That leg. It was impossible to get tickets. Logged on when they went on sale, got tickets for the show at Philly, at the Wells Fargo Arena, or whatever it was called then, now, whatever. But the arena in Philadelphia. Turns out that show was a Sunday, NFL Sunday, early October. Jets had a home game that day against KC. Can't be in two places at once, can I? But I got those tickets. I got the concert tickets. What do? Sold the tickets. Sold the concert tickets. Why? Because I had a game to go to that.
You know why? You're not a fraud.
Not a fraud. Now, made a nice buck on those tickets, by the way. But still,
not a fraud.
Had to go to the game. That was actually, you know what? The game ended up being Chad Pennington's first start as the Jet quarterback. Played well. They lost the game.
Any regrets?
None whatsoever. Priest Holmes' late touchdown. KC beat them, but then the season finally turned around, and ironically enough, that was the last time they won the division, 2002.
Yep. Sounds to me like somebody who makes sound, emotion-free decisions.
Now, granted, that's one of 16 at the time. Just one of 16 games. This guy, that's one of 162 that he couldn't part ways with.
E-Dub Games on the chat. I like gossip, a bad take. You can watch the game however you want, wherever you want.
No, stop.
Yeah, thank you, E-Dub. That's a great take.
What you're doing, and if anybody knows about half-assing it, it's me. You're half-assing it.
And he's a Yankee fan.
Yes, you're half-assing watching the game, and you're half-assing visiting with your college roommate, who apparently we thought lived in Zimbabwe, but turns out lives in the West Village, and your sister, who you see all the time. So, no, that you're half-assing it with them, too, because you're not really, they might be talking, but you're half listening because you're trying to hear what Breen's saying.
And Tom, you're a Yankee fan, so if the Knicks weren't in the NBA Finals, if it was, Cavaliers, Spurs, you're probably at the Yankee game just that's your priority. And you're just obsessing over Yankees, Red Sox.
Walls Farm Pictures. I'd miss a Yankee game for a colonoscopy. No, I don't know about that.
You get great.
Listen, you got to check up on your health.
Great sleep during the colonoscopy, and the first meal post colonoscopy is sensational.
Who's more important to you right now, Tom? Brunson or Judge?
Oh, that would be Jalen Brunson.
No, he's not.
Well,
No,
Aaron Judge wasn't playing on Friday.
Because you showed up to the Bronx on Friday night like Mr. Miyagi, hoping to heal his rib. Didn't work out, did it?
No, not quite.
Tom, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, get your head right, because the Bauer hour is coming up.
And not only, we're skipping over the biggest part of this, is that, we were right there. We came down to your hood.
Yeah.
And
Tom,
you left us hanging.
Let's be clear. Tom wouldn't show up if we were doing an appearance in his backyard. In his living room. Tom would find a way to avoid it, seeing us outside of work hours.
And he would say,
he's that guy.
He would be like, can you just let me know how much longer you guys are going to be? Getting a little loud.
Exactly. I kind of understood it. Like when I produced Mike and Chris, I did everything I could. Whenever they traveled for games, I left. Didn't stay for the game. Because I didn't want to sit for another 3.5 hours with them. I didn't. Went to the bar. Went to somewhere nearby. Did that in Indiana. Didn't stay. Conference finals in 2000. Nope. 800-919-3776.
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length.
The Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Your New York Knicks are back in the finals, and BetMGM is here for this legendary run. Get in on the championship series with odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. Whether it's another clean sweep or Knicks in 7, BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets for the finals, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the Eastern Conference champions, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your payout early. Join the Knicks and BetMGM on this march toward a ticker tape parade. Let's go Knicks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
New York is headed to the championship, and when you watch a team play this well, you can tell. It starts with how they're built, depth, leadership, execution, doing the little things right. That's how Tricon Construction builds too. Whether it's medical, industrial, multifamily, or commercial, Tricon brings the right team and the right plan to every project across the tri-state area. So if you're looking for a construction partner for your next project, don't overthink the pick. Choose Tricon Construction, every phase, every detail, done right. Visit TriconBuilds.com.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time, 6:40. Yankees travel to the Guardians. Tom will be locked in on that on the big screen. 8:30 tonight, Knicks hosting the Spurs. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Coverage begins 8:80 ESPN New York, and the ESPN New York app starting at 7. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And speaking of Game 3 tonight, if you're going to the game, no bag policy is going to be in effect.
Leave now.
Yeah, exactly. Fans should make every effort to limit personal items to a minimum. No storage available, so if you bring something that you shouldn't, forget it. You're never going to see it again. Fans should expect enhanced security measures when entering MSG, including TSA-style screening procedures. Guests are strongly encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours before tip-off to allow additional time for screening and entry. And as we heard from the NYPD earlier, if you're planning on driving, you will not be able, starting at 4 o'clock today, to have a car between 30th and 35th and 6th and 8th Avenue.
I just don't even chance it. If you can, don't even chance it.
Take the train in if you can.
And,
all right?
And even that's going to be dicey.
It's going to be a whole scene. But this is the point. And
pack your patience, folks.
You were also mentioning the watch party situation. Yes. So there's no watch party tonight at 33rd Street. That has been taken out, obviously, because of the president's visit to the game. There is one at Bryant Park.
Which is not that far.
No. It's like in the 40s and 6th Avenue. Like
and Bryant Park is really cool, actually, too.
It's fantastic. I've actually hosted some events there for, like, Yankee watch parties and things like that in the past. It's fantastic to watch a game. There, you do have to sign up online for that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I don't know what the specifics are on that, but it's up to 5,000 people in Bryant Park. But listen, you're not going to be really troubled to find some place to watch the game tonight in a fun atmosphere. I think that's fair to say.
And somebody like Tom Bauer, by the way, who's going to be locked in on his Yankees.
Tom will be watching on his phone in a closet.
But you know what the good thing he's got going for him? Yankees are a 6:40 first pitch tonight. So if
Tom might catch the second half.
That's what I'm saying. But no, I mean like a 6:40 first pitch. Nowadays with baseball, you're talking sometimes 2:20, 2.5 hours. Like he might maybe miss the first 3 minutes of the Knicks game if that Yankee game's over by 9 o'clock, which is possible. Yeah, baseball's quick these days. The Met games in San Diego this weekend flew by. Well, the Padres are also the worst hitting team in baseball, and the Mets are not far behind. But they were the pitch clock now. I'm telling you, that's one thing Manfred got right. These games now are like 2:20, 2:25. It's fantastic.
Well, point being, tonight you're locked in 8:30. You are going to have no problem finding some place to watch the game city-wise or wherever, but main thing to know is if you're planning on driving between 30th Street and 35th Street and 6th and 8th Avenues, you will not be able to get your car in there between after 4 p.m. today.
Hey, the Knicks being in the finals just kind of added to the whole need for patience of everybody in this area because the World Cup is here. That was going to be here anyway. That's a real thing. The first game in MetLife is going to be this Saturday, so it's not a work day. But next week, there's weekday games at MetLife. So that with Penn Station and the commuting and all that stuff, that's going to be a big-time headache. And now the Knicks on top of this. But fans aren't going to complain or give it back. You want your team playing this time of year.
Yeah.
So this is just, unfortunately, it comes with the territory. You're a draw. You're an attraction. You know, there was a lot of years that was Siberia. The Garden was Siberia in June, in May, you know, maybe even in late April. So the fact that we're sitting here talking about, like, the place to be is 33rd and 7th, the first week of June, anybody would have taken that.
800-919-3776. It is your time to get through, and our main theme today has been you're sitting here up 2-0. What are you feeling? Is this sitting on the edge of your seat, fearful of the other shoe to drop, that it's going to fall apart on you? I don't sense that that's the case. I sense a lot of confidence among Knick fans, a confidence that many of them are not necessarily comfortable with because they haven't had it that many times. Like when they talk about act like you've been there before, they haven't been here before. The majority of this fan base has not been here before. So I want to know how people are feeling on the ESPN New York YouTube channel with your comments there, and also at 800-919-3776.
And the one that I'll throw out there, too, as well, and I'm curious as to how people feel. We've talked about it a little bit. Do you think this is even going back to San Antonio? Right?
Yeah.
Right now, if I am a betting man, I say no. And never in a million years did I think we would be sitting here entertaining a 4-game
Do you
sweep.
think I should hedge the show bet that the series was going to end in 6? We had Knicks in 6 at plus 480. Plus 480 was our show wager. We took the Bart fine money and put it all on that.
Oh, that's where it went, because I saw the jar was empty. I was wondering where it went.
Yeah, that went right into my pocket because I'm not taking the hit for that.
No, I don't blame you.
But it'll come back if we win. But if we had the Knicks in 6, so do you think we should hedge that at this point?
Yeah, it's not going 6. St. John's baseball looks like they're done, by the way, because Alabama's celebrating way too much for a game that doesn't mean anything. So St. John's baseball's done.
I tell you, your ADHD is worse than Bart's. I didn't think that was possible.
It's unmedicated. It's undiagnosed.
You took me from pitch clock to St. John's baseball on a day where we have Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Well, because I'm looking right at it.
So
there's
a
method to the madness.
Don't look at it.
What am I going to look at? Us on the screen?
Yes.
No.
I'm pretty damn good looking. Look at that head.
Crazy people.
You might go
do that.
blind. Anyway, here's the odds real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you don't have any blood in this game, so I'm not going to ask you. Ray, should we hedge our bets here? The Knicks to sweep right now is plus 175. The Knicks to win 4-1 is plus 500. Damn. Tom, I'll ask you this too. Should we hedge our bets here? The favorite is still the Knicks win in 6, and that is at plus 310.
Well, I still have confidence in the Knicks winning, obviously.
Right.
I wouldn't mess with the Juju Smith-Schuster and change the bet. Just leave it as is.
All right, so no hedging.
No hedging.
Tom?
Yeah, this is a no-hedge situation. If it happens in 6, that's fine. I think it'll happen earlier than 6, personally, at this point, but I don't want to tempt fate at this point. What's been done has been done.
If I were to ask you this question, what do you think the odds are better of right now? The Knicks winning in 5 or the Spurs winning in 7? What would you say?
No. Make it Knicks winning in 4 or Spurs winning in 7.
No. I'm asking for a very specific reason.
Oh, okay, specific reason.
Yeah. The Knicks, what has a better chance of happening right now? Spurs in 7, Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5, easy.
Ray?
You would think the Knicks in 5.
Tom?
I would hope it's Knicks in 5.
Spurs in 7.
Yeah, well, they're wrong.
Are you serious?
Plus 490. Knicks in 5, plus 500. That's how much the betting public still doesn't trust the Knicks.
What about Knicks in 4?
Knicks in 4 is plus 175.
Yeah, I think it's just that they don't think the Knicks are going to lose a game and then win in 5.
But still, they still think the Spurs would go win in 7. It's more likely than lose a game and win in 5. That's my point. Like, that's still showing the Knicks a level of disrespect.
By the way, Shams had this earlier in the program. We didn't mention it. And it ties into everything
In other
we're
words,
talking
they're saying
about.
if the Knicks lose a game, it's more likely that the Spurs are going to win this series in 7 than the Knicks are going to win it in 5. Anyway, go ahead.
The Hawks and head coach Quinn Snyder agree to a multi-year contract extension, as they should. Because Quinn Snyder looks like John Wooden, the way this Knicks run is going.
We talk to you. 800-919-3776 in just moments. A reminder about the Garden and everything going on there tonight. Make sure that you get there early, at least 2 hours in advance. Make sure that you do not bring bags. Keep the personal items to a minimum. Good chance you'll never see them again if you bring there. But TSA level screening. TSA level screening. Expect that. Now, this July 16th through the 19th, you got the biggest weekend in sports taking over New York City, and Fanatics Fest NYC puts you at the center of it all. The world's #1 sports fan festival returns to the Javits Center with 500-plus athletes, celebrities, and sports legends all under one roof. Get closer than ever with autographs and photo ops, live panels, podcasts, so many exclusive merch drops, the tailgate zone, rare collectibles, nonstop action across every major league. Enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest tile to submit your entry. How are you feeling? 800-919-3776. Your last chance. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The show is back at Stout NYC ahead of Game 3 as the Knicks look to take a 3-0 series lead in the NBA Finals.
I just think it's 0-0, and the next game is the most important game of the year. We step on the court, it should be the same determination, desperation, energy level, and physicality needed.
Get there early and get ready for Game 3 with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 6th for a very special night, Military Appreciation Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a red, white, and blue Yankees t-shirt, courtesy of Ford. Don't miss the action and help us salute those who serve. For tickets, visit Yankees.com/tickets. That's Military Appreciation Night on Saturday, June 6th.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Hey! 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 My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Save DiPietro! Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
The ignorance is galling. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York,
There's
ESPN
gall.
New York YouTube channel. You got a little something for me over there?
You bet you know what I do. New York.
Bippy.
Got to hear this. You need to hear this. This summer, all lines lead to Champ Sports Fan Central Station. It's a soccer pop-up shop open right in the heart of the city, 125 West 33rd Street. This is the soccer destination in New York. Jerseys for every national team you ride with. USA, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and way, way more. And it's all under one roof. If you want to gear up, rep your country, and feel the energy of the city, Champ Sports Fan Central Station, 125 West 33rd Street. That is where you need to be.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel. All right, I think I have healed from what he did earlier. We can allow him now to try to do it because they just keep winning when he does it. So here is Tom Bauer with the Bauer Hour.
Cue the corn. Are you ready indeed? It's time for the Bauer Hour. The New York Knicks up 2-0 in the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs. The Finals returning back to Madison Square Garden for the first time since 1999 when my beloved Yankees won the World Series. I was born. But the New York Knicks.
Still finding that the Yankees are clearly more important to you.
The Bauer Hour's going on. Shut up, Chris. The Knicks tried to avenge themselves from the 1999 defeat. And the Knicks fans were telling the Spurs, keep them buses running. They're going to cry their way out of town pretty soon. When the Knicks take care of business. The Knicks, a team of destiny. Will they do it in 4? Will they do it in 5? It don't matter. It ain't getting to a game 6. It ain't getting to a game 7. The Knicks are going to win it all in the year of 2026.
All right, number one, when did you become a cowboy in the middle of that?
You know what that was a cross between? It wasn't like one in particular, and I think I pieced it together. It was part Jesse the Body Ventura. Because all I kept thinking was, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. You know, like one of those.
McMahon!
But the way the voice sounded, he sounded like the Arsenio Hall Reverend character in Coming to America. Put your hands together for Mr. Randy Watson, everybody. So it was like Jesse the Body Ventura meets the Arsenio Hall Reverend character with the inflection in his voice, and that's when you got Tom there for the Power Hour.
Wow.
Power Hour.
Wow. There was a reference to the 99 finals, which basically 2 of these players were alive for.
Right.
Trying to get retribution for it.
Rick Brunson wants retribution. He played 12 seconds in that series.
I would use the word played in air quotes in there.
But it was funny. He actually got in. It was like at the end of the first half, not like in the fourth quarter. It was the end of the
Somebody didn't want to pick up a foul? Is that what happened? Pick up a late first half foul?
That's exactly what it was. There was 12 seconds left,
We're
like
not
one possession, and they put him in the game. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, my God.
I laugh, by the way, because, again, the ADHD commercial, you ever see how bad the acting is for the USA Hemorrhoid Center? The guy at the beginning of the commercial, he's on the couch, and his kids are pulling him to get up.
I'm going to have to ask you to do the show with a blindfold on and just do it by your audio instincts.
How do you audition for that commercial? Like, if you're the guy, like, let me see what you got with hemorrhoids.
Jose in Connecticut. Let's talk hemorrhoid commercials. Jose, what's up, baby?
Oh, my gosh.
What's up, my guys? Man, I just wanted to answer your question about the confidence. Like, these players are locked in, man. Think about how dumb James Dolan is. James Dolan, seeing how excited we are, how everything's going great, NYPD's already overextended, and he does this stupid thing, right, inviting this guy, knowing that it's going to mess everything up for everybody's experience, even our law enforcement, and still, our confidence is on the players because these guys are not fazed by anything. I've never seen them that locked in ever.
I'm not really blaming Dolan for
look
this.
At the difference.
I'm not blaming Dolan.
And you think the players care?
Do you want to listen? I don't care about the politics or any of that crap with this. Him coming sucks, and that's just any president who would come to an NBA Finals game in the middle of New York City when the team hasn't won in 50-plus years and doesn't mind inconveniencing everybody. That sucks, okay? But at the same time, is it the biggest freaking thing in the world where it's ruining it for everyone? I don't know. Like, there's still going to be plenty of watch parties all over the place. Just focus on this, honestly.
I mean, the dude used
to focus on this.
The dude used to go to Knicks games once upon a time a lot. You know, he is a New Yorker.
That was a while ago.
You know, when the Knicks were good.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't.
Now Paul
it's not
Rudd's gonna find his
ruining
way
it
in.
for everybody. You know, it's just it's annoying.
It's an inconvenience for the fans. It's an inconvenience for the fans more than anything. But, like, I saw at the media yesterday, like, somebody asked OG Anunoby that question about, like, the president being there. And he was like, that's cool, like, that he wants to come watch the game, but we're focused on the Spurs. Like, what, the players don't care.
No, the players don't care. And
they're 2 wins from a championship.
The fans shouldn't care. The fans shouldn't care in the least right now. All you should care about is winning this and trying to find a way to sweep and not have to go back to San Antonio.
What you didn't give me your answer yet, by the way. Do you think this goes back to San Antonio?
I'm sticking with my initial pick, which was 6. I do.
So they're going to
But
split the next 4.
The problem is I did say the other day that the series was over. I don't think they're winning the series. The Knicks, put it this way, the Knicks are going to win 2 of the next 5 games. Put it that way. When you think about it in those terms, that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
What would the series have to be at for you to even have at least a genuine level of concern? 2-2? Like, if the Spurs get the next 2 at the Garden, then 2-2, you got a series again?
Sure.
That ain't happening, though.
No, that's not happening. The worst scenario, I think, for the Knicks is they would go back to San Antonio down 3-1, might lose a game 5,
and win it 6.
and come back and win it in 6.
I'll tell you, though, tonight...
Which would also be the best scenario because that would pay me off.
There you go. That place is going to be bonkers tonight. If the Knicks jump out to an early, like, 10-point, 12-point lead in the first quarter, they could run and hide tonight.
Yeah.
They can run and hide. And that's what you want as a Knicks fan.
I'm hoping.
We're all
hoping. It would be amazing.
We're all hoping.
It would be amazing. I just can't believe we're here for this now.
I never thought in a million years.
Nope.
Never thought in a million years.
Enjoy every single
Soak it in,
minute
people.
of it.
Seriously.
Be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bart Carlin. The K-ster is next. Michael K. on ESPN New York. Finding that the Yankees are clearly more important to you.
The Bauer Hour's going on. Shut up, Chris.
The Knicks.
Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive! An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
13 wins. Count them.
NBA Finals Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on